welcome to the Dungeon Crawl Classics Road Crew game, Stories from Valtara. I am your judge, Shadowfoot. This will be an ongoing actual play of the Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG in a homebrew region of my making. We will follow a group of villagers as they seek to be more than just lowly craftsmen and peasants, seeking riches and glory through sword and sorcery, or die trying. The following is episode 8. We rejoin our party as they set out in search of a lost temple on a mission to gather some holy water for the local church. What dangers lie within this forgotten place? Find out now as we travel back to Valtara. Alright guys, welcome back to DCC Sunday Morning Drive Stories from Valtara. As we had left off, the party had journeyed all the way back to their hometown of Ravenswood, got their payment for finding, securing, and delivering the supplies up to Elm's Reach. You've done a little bit of exploring up at Elm's Reach, got to know that town a little bit and what's going on up there. Came back home, a few of you had enough experience to hit level 2, did your training, so a couple months have gone by since you got back to town. In that time, you guys had, put your ear to the ground, talked to people, found any other rumors and things that were going on, and decided that the quest that Pete had been given would be the best option for you guys. There is a stories of an old kind of like temple, an underground temple somewhere to the southeast. In there is a spring that feeds natural, basically holy water, and the temple that Pete, applies to and worships at, requested that he go and get some of the holy water from there, as they have basically run out and they need this water specifically. Just blessing regular water for them isn't enough. So that is the quest that you guys had chosen to go on. Is everybody still good with that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So with that, everybody had kind of spent some money as well, some of their earnings, and purchased some upgraded gear and things like that. Is there anything anybody else thinks they need before they head off?
Maybe not.
All right, sounds like we are good then. So with today, you guys wake up, everybody kind of meets in the town center, gets their belongings together, and you know that Pete had spoken with the temple, done a little bit of research, and found out a fairly good location. He has a kind of makeshift map. It's not exactly accurate at all, but it just kind of shows, you go south on the road for a couple days. The road will eventually turn to the east a bit. You follow that for about another day. You'll find this large rock formation that they have kind of like drawn on the map, and from there it says that you head again directly south off of the road, and gives you the basic rough directions and distances of where this place is located. So you have a pretty good idea, so searching for it won't be too difficult. You're only going to have to really roll for something once you get down towards the end to find the actual cave itself. But other than that, you guys set off. It takes about roughly 3 days or so. Moving at a pretty brisk pace. Everyone's well rested and excited to get back on the road, so you guys are moving a bit quicker than normal. And you guys arrive at that rock face. So at this point, I'm going to take you guys over to the home page to get you back out into the woods. So you guys reach that rock face, really confident. They did a pretty good job of sketching up what it kind of looked like. It basically just stands up and then has a couple rocks jutting off to both sides, kind of looking like arms reaching out. And you guys see that and begin heading south off of the road. So you guys make about half a day into the woods, and with that, I'm going to have the barber go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Okay.
All right, first couple days go by, or the first half a day goes by fairly easy. You guys don't run into any issues. At this point, you're trying to stick just as dead south as you possibly can without turning off in other directions. As the sun reaches its highest point in the day, keeping a straight line gets a little bit more difficult going through the woods. So for the second half of the day, Hundo, go ahead and roll me 2 more d6. All right, still doesn't seem to be anything attacking you guys or coming out of the woods here, so a pretty safe journey. So at this point, you guys rest for your first day and make camp for the night. As you guys make camp for the night, is there anything anyone wants to do?
Take first watch.
Okay.
I'll take
Who
a
wants
watch.
to watch? I'll wake them up.
And then,
Halfway through.
before I forget to, we'll check on Pete. Your disapproval should be all the way down. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. All right, so first watch goes by. You guys kind of, have felt fairly safe here, so no problem setting up like a campfire to cook, any kind of meats or things that you brought with you. And you guys make camp for the first night. So, whoever's on the first watch, go ahead and roll 2d6. 11. All right, with that, I'm also going to roll here to see what kind of weather we have. And with that, it's a bit cold. There's a brisk chill in the air tonight. You can feel that, there's a little bit of a wind coming through the trees, and it's a little bit chilly. And on the wind, you hear what sounds like rocks almost clacking together off in the woods to the east. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Hundo, or intelligence check. All right, the 14, you catch it pretty early on and basically see some figures shambling out of the bushes and the trees to the east.
Human-like figures?
They look to be about humanoid size. At this point, them being off in the woods, you just kind of see shadows. They seem about human height, skinny, and seem to be shambling in your direction.
I kick the barber awake and tell him, wake everybody up, there's something here.
Jeez, man.
And I knock my bow and take a few steps out towards that direction.
All right.
All right. I rise and rubbing the spot where he kicked me, and I'll string my bow as well, kind of rubbing the sleep from my eyes.
All right. Then as you guys wake, you guys see that the firelight, they just come within range, that a little bit of the firelight seems to be gleaming off of them, and you see white figures to your east. Several of them shambling in your direction slowly. So with that...
I tell the barber, wake everybody up and then get himself hidden. And I'll go out, step away from the firelight a little bit towards them. And you said they're out to the east?
Yep.
I say, ho to the east.
At this point, they're about 40, 50 feet out from you guys. So you guys have enough time to move, so you can move your positions if you would like to prepare, and then we'll roll initiative.
Arms, ready yourselves. And they'll move hide in these bushes or this tree or whatever it is.
All right. All right, then when you are ready, initiative tracker, combat tracker is up. You can roll your initiative. I'm going to move one of these off because that'll be my tracker. All right. Pretty good initiative there. So we got Pete, Barber, Pin, the Skeletons, Hundo, and Levi. So with that, we'll go ahead and begin combat. So Pete, as you see these things shambling out of the woods, you are good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to probably behind Hundo there.
Okay.
Can I get a decent look at what these things are?
Yeah, from here they've started to get close enough, and actually let me go ahead and put our lighting down for us so we kind of have an idea of where everything is. So you guys' campfire was kind of here at the center. There's just a light glow going off of the kind of, since there are skeletons, there are white bones, you're just getting kind of a reflection off of the fire a little bit. So you get a sense of where and what they are.
that is super unnatural. So I am going to give a turn unholy check a try.
All right. All right. With a 14, you turn for 1 hit die. These guys are 1 hit die. So go ahead and roll me a d3. All right, nice. So you are you are level 2, so you're gonna turn 5 skeletons. So these 5 skeletons that are shambling in your direction on their turn look like they are starting to turn and walk away, thinking better of it. All right, Barber, you are up.
I'm going to tell them the power of Danethar compels them.
Can I shoot at them from here, or do I need to get closer?
You can shoot at them from there. You don't have dark vision, so you will be rolling. I'll have you roll down on the dice chain for that one.
Ooh.
So just roll a d16 plus, that's going to be plus 3.
Okay, one sec. D16, where are you?
I don't know if the skeletons get a will save or not, but I think they get a shot to resist it. But...
Okay, yeah, you rolled a 14, so I got to roll above that. All
16?
Right. Nice. A 16. That will just hit as you launch the arrow at the skeletons. So go ahead and roll your damage dice on that.
1.
1. All right.
Better now than on my hit points.
And you can see it hits one of the skeletons, but doesn't seem to affect it too much. All right. Pin, you are up.
So they're walking away, right?
It looks like they are stopping currently. They haven't turned yet.
Oh, okay. I'll shoot at one with the newly acquired short bow from one of my friends who gave it to me.
All right. So for you, that'll be a d16 plus your d3. Can you re-roll that with a d16 really quick, or just roll a straight d16 on the ground or on the bottom from the tray?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Fine.
I'll use your
so.
damage. You're fine. I'll use your damage and the d die. So just roll a d16 and that'll replace your actual d20.
Okay. I had dark vision though.
Oh, you do. So we will stick with it. Never mind. Your first roll, 16. Okay, that's right. Thank you for reminding me of dark vision. All right. So the 16 that will hit. So you're going to do a point of damage. That should be plus your. So a total of 3 points of damage. So the arrow goes flying into the skeleton, and it does take less damage than you expected.
Oh boy.
But it does hit it. All right. And with that, we are up to the skeletons. So the skeletons, they are going to roll to try to save against that. And they don't have any pluses on theirs, so I'm just going to roll 5d20s. And we're trying to beat 14s. It looks like one of them saves. The rest of them are all going to turn and begin walking away. So
Nice.
they're going to move at their full speed. So you'll see. I'm just going to move to the edge as multiple of these skeletons begin turning and moving the opposite direction. This last skeleton is going to shamble forward and attack. And that is going to be a 19 for 3 points of damage against Hundo. I believe a 19 hits, correct? Yep. All right. And with that, we are up to Hundo. The skeleton has just shambled forward and slashed at you with its short sword.
All right. I'm going to pull my long sword. And can you roll for me? Sorry, my dog needed to get out. So.
Absolutely, not a problem. You said what you're going to use? Your sword?
Yep. Long sword.
All right. Swing and a miss with an 11. Shambling forward, you thought they were all going to turn, and then this one charged at you, catching you a little bit off guard. Your swing was a bit wild and misses. All right, Levi.
Okay, I'm gonna move up here. And use my longsword to attack the skeleton.
All right. All right. With a 12, you too go to swing at the skeleton, but it sees you coming and brings up its short sword to block your attack. Does your cricket do anything?
No, he's not gonna fight for sure.
All right. All right, Pete, back up.
The one semi-brave one here, I'll just step up and pull my warhammer and try to bash the skull in.
All right.
That'll do.
That will do. All right. You bring up your hammer, feeling your holy energy within it, bringing it down mightily. Go ahead and roll me that d8. All right. Smashing straight into its chest, you shatter its rib cage, and the whole upper half of it just kind of explodes. And you see this skeleton crumble to the ground in a pile of bones, no longer moving.
Nice.
All right, Barber, you see the Pete smash this one skeleton, and you see the other four seemingly kind of moving as fast as they can away from you guys to the east.
Oh, job done. Well done, guys.
All right, does anybody want to give
Chase
chase
them?
to the skeletons?
I'll say that the fear isn't going to last forever. They will eventually come back. So we could give chase.
What, and interrupt my beauty sleep? Really? Come on. Bad enough a bone person came and woke me up. And Pin is just grumbling.
I can only get it. I'll regroup with everybody because that's as far as I can get with this movement. And if people chase, then I'll follow them on my next turn.
Okay. All right, Pin, you're up.
Did they look like they were wearing?
Follow him? I guess we'll follow him.
Did they look like they were wearing any armor or had any weapons on them?
No, it looks like they had maybe scraps of leather and cloth and maybe some like hide attached to them. So it looks like anything they did have was kind of rotted.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Pin, what are you doing?
I was just saying. Well, I guess if you guys are following him, I guess we'll follow him. And I'm grumbling more.
Okay.
I'm just grumbling. I'm grumpy because I woke up.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around back up to the top of the order as you guys give chase. This round, you guys are all able to get back into basically range with them. So as they continue to flee, you guys have gotten within about 20 feet of them. So on your turns now, as we get back up to Pete, you are within range to either catch up and smack them or use your ranged attacks, whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, I'll move up and try to smack one.
Okay. All right, 13. As you go to smack this skeleton in the back, that is going to miss as it sees you coming and is, fleeing from you specifically. It gives it just that little bit of extra energy to move and get out of the way and continue on its track away from you. All right, Barber.
All right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. Right there.
Okay.
And then along the way, seeing that my arrow had very little effect on skeletons, I'm going to switch to buckler and my new short sword. And as I unsheath it, I just kind of smile to myself as I just hear some nice, wonderful, beautiful whispering in the back of my mind. And I will go ahead and attack this one here.
Okay.
Let's do it. Go. Oh, I didn't do the D16. Do I still need to do that if I'm next to them?
D16? No, you're next to him now. You know what? I don't
Okay.
know why these guys have such a high AC. Something was wrong on this. So you guys should have hit a couple more times. So I'm going to retcon really quick. Pete, you do smack that guy for 7 points of damage. I was thinking their AC was a bit high, so I just checked the book, and apparently whatever loaded into Foundry here was a bit wrong. So I just adjusted it. So that one will hit. So that 7 points of damage is enough to smash that one that was already injured. And that one is down. So Barber, if you want to move on to the next guy, you can.
Sure. So does my 16 hit then?
Your 16 does hit. So you come over and you smack that skeleton, and two, it turns to kind of try to defend itself, sees Pete, and in its horror, raises its sword to turn away, and you can clearly bring your sword through, slashing right through its ribcage, cutting it in half, and it too collapses to the ground and shatters into pieces.
1.
You touch the undead with your sword of undead touch.
Yeah, I need to remember what happens with that.
You roll for criticals on the undead table.
Oh, every time I attack undead with the sword?
No, just when you roll a critical hit. When you roll a critical hit, you roll on the critical or the undead critical table.
I'll make a note of that.
All right, 2 down, or actually that's 3 down now. So with that, Pin, you are up.
I am just really grumpy, so I am storming up with my short sword and my shield, and I am going to take a swing
All right.
at this guy. How dare you wake me up? Trying to sleep here.
Holy, let's remember not to do that again.
With a 14, you smash into this thing with your short sword, doing 5 points of damage, enough to finish this one off as well. Alright, these skeletons fleeing for their lives. This one will, on its turn, seeing all of its people die, just continue running. So it'll just sprint off ahead of you guys. And Hundo, you are up. You see the last skeleton trying to flee and get out of here.
Finish it.
Actually, he would have ran, trying to go as straight away from Pete as he can. He came down this direction.
Is he still letting his dog out?
Oh, yeah, he might not be here.
Sorry, talking to mute. I will chase after him and with my longsword try to take him out here.
Okay.
I'm having trouble moving my piece, though, or rolling. What's going on here?
Here, let me go ahead and delete your token off the map, because sometimes if I delete it and put it back on here for you, it'll fix it for you guys. So let's drop you back onto the map.
There we go. All right. Now.
Put you back into initiative, and your initiative was, I'll just give you a 9, because you're right after the skeleton.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so Hundo, you attack with a 12. That is going to hit as you slash through this skeleton, doing 7 points of damage, and you finish off this skeleton as well. Alright.
Yeah.
All seems quiet for the moment, and all the skeletons seem to be dead. So with that, we'll go ahead and end combat, and everyone can give themselves another point of experience.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys investigate the skeletons? All their weapons seem crude and rusted and things like that. As we said, they have scraps of armor and cloth still attached to their body, but it's all pretty much rotted beyond any use.
I smell any gold in any of the pouches?
Go ahead and roll me a luck check.
I'm assuming this is not a common sight. I see 5 skeletons walking around attacking people.
Not super common.
So it's kind of...
You've heard stories of, undead coming back to life and skeletons and things like that, but, most of them have been stories from adventurers down in dungeons. So it's pretty uncommon to see them above ground walking around. You've never come across it yet. So with a 2 for Pin, you do smell gold on one of them. And it looks like one of them, their little sash is still put together. You find 2 gold pieces in a little sack attached to one of them.
I will take them. After all, gold is a dwarf's best friend.
5 skeletons. Where did these things come from?
Dainthar is a dwarf's best friend. Gold is the second best friend.
All
But
right.
holy,
With that, you guys all make way back towards your camp to try to get some more rest for the night. So as you guys set back down, you're a little bit on edge. Let me have everybody just give me a fort save really quick.
what kind of save?
Fortitude.
Okay.
All right. Not that any of you really needed it too bad, but it looks like Levi, you're not going to be able to gain any benefits from your rest tonight, as you're unable to, kind of relax and go back to sleep. But everybody else was able to rest, relax, and so Hundo, you'll get 1 hit point back from the damage that you took there. And everybody else, I don't think needs anything, so you guys are able to rest fine for the rest of the night, waking up in the morning as the sun rises, ready to continue on your journey. So as you guys rise in the morning, you guys set off, continuing south again, with the sun being far off, rising from the east, easy to tell which direction you need to be going. At this point, you're starting to search for the entrance to this lost temple. So Levi, I will need you to make me an intelligence check, as I'm assuming you're the one trying to lead the way. Or Pete, you can. Either one of you guys, since Pete, you have the kind of makeshift map.
I'm pretty dumb. I probably have the map upside down.
Yep.
So Levi, working with Pete, it turns out he did have the map upside down, and you guys ended up heading off, in a slightly wrong direction, losing about half a day's worth of travel before you realize, like, hey, wait, this isn't looking right. We need to go back to this point, so you end up backtracking a ways, getting back onto the road a little bit. Go ahead and roll me another. What was that?
I'm still a little shook up from seeing the skeletons.
Right.
Not resting well.
All right.
We're not heading in the same direction the skeletons were coming from, right?
No, you're heading south, and they seem to be coming from the east, so something else up there is where those things came from. All right. You get back into the point where you kind of headed off track, find another map marker that made sense, and continue heading south again. So go ahead and make me another intelligence check to find the entrance.
You want me to do it this time, or you want maybe the map up we should?
Yeah, no, I trust you.
All right.
Oh
Would
boy.
have been nice.
Trust is winning.
Rolls, but not so good.
So this time you travel again another about half a day or so. It's starting to get a bit darker at night, and you're looking at the map, and the way it was drawn, you're like, we should have been there like earlier today. I don't understand, how we haven't found it yet. We must have missed it. But it does become nighttime, so you realize that, okay, we're going to need to make camp, and then we can backtrack tomorrow to try to find this cave. So with that, the sun sets again, and you guys go into another night of camping.
I'll take a watch again.
All right, for first watch then, go ahead and roll me the 2d6, see if anything comes up tonight. You hear some howling. Sounds like there might be some kind of either coyotes or possibly some small wolves out beyond your sight that have found some food for the night and have been feasting on it. So if no one's ever heard wild animals like that feasting on something over the night, it's a bit creepy and can set your, the hair on the back of your neck up. But nothing seems to come into your light or close enough to cause you guys any real concern as the first watch goes by. Who's going to take second watch?
I'll pick it.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 2d6. rest of the night, all you hear are crickets and maybe the hooting of an owl off in the distance. So it's fairly calming. You probably even struggle to stay awake. It's so quiet and calming, and just the drone of the bugs and insects kind of just almost tries to lull you to sleep. But you keep watch for the rest of the night, and nothing happens. All right, nice, easy night for you guys this time. So with that, you wake in the morning, and having made a couple checks, this next intelligence check to try to find the cave entrance, you're studying the map a little bit more. You're going to have a +2 on this check. So go ahead and either Levi or Pete make another intelligence check, and we'll add 2 to it.
Okay.
All right, 14. You guys backtrack a little bit and end up finding the side of, not necessarily a cliff face, but a decently large hill, and at the front of it, you do see what looks like a stone archway making an entrance. The stone looks worn and cracked and crumbling a little bit, but the archway itself is still mostly intact. As you guys see, Pete, you recognize a couple symbols carved into the upper portion of this archway that match your deity and some of the symbols that are on the map. So you are quite confident that this is the cave and the lost temple that you have been searching for. As you guys approach the front of the cave, you notice that there is a stone statue of a person. Looks like they're walking towards the entrance.
Take a look at that statue a little closer.
But it's just a statue, right? It's not moving.
Yep, not moving. It's a stone statue. As you look at the features, again, it looks like it's been outside for quite a long time, so it's been weathered a little bit, so the edges are fairly soft. And so you can't make out really good details. You can tell it's definitely humanoid of some sort. Looks like it's wearing possibly robes. And that's about all the detail you can really get out of it.
But it's not. That doesn't sound like a traditional. I mean, statues are usually a posed display with somebody standing upright in a kind of a passive position. A statue of somebody walking towards the cave entrance. That's pretty unusual art, right?
Weird.
Makes me think maybe this was somebody who was petrified a long time ago.
Yep.
Does the statue have a base, or is it just standing on the ground?
It is standing on the ground.
Yep, definitely.
I make sure Pluto is circling my head. I don't know if that works against petrification, but it's supposed to absorb the first ranged attack against me. So I'm going to make sure that's on and circling my head. And yeah, let's be. What other precautions could we take against petrification?
You see a chicken-looking thing, don't look at it.
Yeah.
We saw basilisks.
Lowered, maybe.
Anymore.
That's cool.
Maybe look out of the corner of our eyes a little more.
Squint.
I heard tales once of a snake-headed woman. Don't look at her either if she's there.
Do we have any mirrors?
Just our bucklers and shields.
Yeah, which are probably wood, unless somebody's got a metal shield.
Mm-hmm. I don't have an actual mirror.
Yeah, I think the least reflective is now pinned since he has like wolf fur on his.
No mirrors. All right. Well, watch
I
out
was
for.
hopeful that whatever has done this did it outside the cave. So unless we see more of these petrified statues inside, maybe we're okay once we go in.
The church didn't mention why or anything that the temple was like abandoned or they can't get access to it, did they?
They kind of mentioned a couple different things. One, the temple itself kind of fell into disuse as the larger towns in the area started to get bigger and bigger. People didn't want to go as far to worship, so they built temples in town. So it got it got used a lot less frequently. But a few of the most devout would still go. Then people training under the clergy would come here. in order to like train and those kind of things and pray themselves. And again, the spring here was where they got their holy water from. They would send people from time to time to come get holy water, but a few of those people never returned, and rumors started to come up that some creature had taken over, and multiple creatures possibly had taken over the temple, and they decided that it was no longer safe, that they had enough holy water, and that they would look for another location to possibly get some holy water. Unable to find any locations that proved as holy as this one, that is why they have reached out to your party to go and investigate the temple, and see if you can clear it out and possibly get some holy water for them.
Does the statue look like a priest?
It definitely could be. It's wearing robes, but again, with it being so weathered, being outside for however long it's been outside, its edges are kind of lost, and you don't see any specific forms of crosses or holy symbols on it. If it did have any, looks like it would have been under their robes.
Well, gentlemen, that's some other good news. Is this statue is well weathered, so this whatever did this to it happened a long time ago. So maybe we're safe again from that.
Possibly, we can hope, because I don't want the temple to be defiled. So let's
Or us being turned to stone.
Yeah, that's not good. I'll light a torch. I'm presuming there's no light inside the cave.
Okay. Sorry, who was that lighting the torch? That was
Pete.
Pete. Okay. All right. So as you guys set off into the cave, we will go ahead and move you over, and I'll have Pete with his torch lit. Alright, so as you guys step into the cave, you enter this first area. The whole of this location seems to be made from basically cold and dry carved stone. Doesn't seem to be any natural light down here. You don't see anywhere for light to come in other than the entrance stairway that you come down to get here. So the torch that Pete is carrying around seems to be the only light source. As you enter this first area, you see loose dirt and rocks along the ground in different areas. You also often, in a couple different walls, see what look like large broken mirrors. Looks like they've been shattered in some way. And in this entranceway, you see that there is a door to the east, a wooden door to the east, a wooden door to the west, and to the north, another set of stairways leading down. And in the northeast corner, you see looks like a leg of a statue laying on the ground.
I would like to take a shard of mirror.
Okay.
Safely. Handle it safely. Wrap it, maybe, the edges in cloth or something.
You can absolutely do that.
A nice, decent size. Like, not too big, but good enough. But...
Yeah, you can definitely, there's multiple broken pieces, there's larger pieces. This mirror, when it was intact, was probably about 2 feet wide in diameter. So there's all sorts of assorted different sizes. So you could get one that comfortably fits in your hand that you can hold on to.
Nice.
I'll pick up one too.
Yeah, I think everybody should grab one. That's probably a good idea.
All right, so you guys can put that in your inventory, list it as just like mirror piece.
I want to search the piles of dirt.
Okay. It's more just kind of, dirt and rock kind of just on the ground. So the ground's dirty. It's not necessarily piles or anything like that. It's just like you can tell maybe the ceiling, you look up and you can see like cracks and bits of it that have kind of like started to fall apart a little bit, and those pieces have just kind of crumbled onto the ground and kind of just spread out.
Okay.
And the statue is only a leg?
Yep, all you see is a leg.
Kind of broken off?
Yep.
Inspect the leg.
All right.
This one probably should be less weathered, right?
Yeah, this one looks a lot less weathered. You see, this one has pretty good detail to it. You can tell that this is the left leg of some kind of humanoid wearing a boot.
Well, not a good sign. We weren't hoping to see more statues inside the cave. Still be vigilant. Where should we go? East, west, or north?
I say we clear east and west first. and then go down, like clear level by level.
I agree.
This is
We
your
don't
quest.
want the exit potentially blocked as we come back up.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, so east or west first? Looks like west.
West is good.
Okay. You approach the wooden door. You can tell that it's in decent condition. It's pretty dry down here, so it looks like the wood hasn't necessarily rotted too bad. So it looks like it's still intact mostly.
Who's the brave soul that's gonna open it?
Can I tell? I know dwarf can like look at rock work and stuff. Can I tell any things that are off from it?
No, nothing looks to be off. Just looking at the area here, you can tell that care was taken to carve this area. It looks like the earth itself was almost like just stone here, and they carved into it naturally, or possibly this was a natural cave that they shaped into what it is currently. And great care was taken to make sure the edges are 90 degrees and everything's very smooth. So a lot of care was taken. Looking at the archway for this door, where this door is, you don't see anything that stands out. You don't see any weird edges or holes or anything like that.
You want me to check the door for traps? I mean, it's a temple. There probably won't be. But we are in caution mode. Or we're just gonna open it.
I would say check, just because if whatever essentially is turning people to stone is still here, it might be, doing things to this place.
All right, that's 13.
So I get on the door for 13.
You look. There's not really a keyhole for this one, so it doesn't look this door necessarily locks at all. Kind of wiggling it a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's barred from the opposite side. You don't see anywhere that there could be any traps. And listening to the door, you don't hear anything on the other side either.
Fine. Totally fine, guys.
All right, you open the door?
Yep.
All right. As you open the
I'm
door,
the one that said it's fine. I vouched for it, so I should open it.
you open the door and you see a very, very short hallway leading into another small room. You can just make out with the light from the torch that hallway or that room seems to lead to a hallway on the opposite side. This room specifically, anybody stepping into it?
Sure.
All right. As you move forward into the room, you see the small chamber looks like it used to be maybe a waiting room of some sort. There are some old rotted stools and a broken table scattered across the floor. And then this hallway to the west that continues, it looks like there are the remnants of a curtain. Like it's mostly, like there's a curtain rod up above, and little scraps of what looks like a red curtain of some sort still clinging to the rod itself, and the rest of it looks like it's on the ground, just rotted in a pile of cloth. As you guys continue into the next room, this looks like it was possibly a meeting chamber of sorts. There is a larger desk that in the middle of the room. You see several, a little bit better chairs and things like that, and shelves and things at the back that are, looks like they're got a good amount of scrolls and books on them.
Ooh,
I'm gonna take a look at the bookshelf, see if there's any rare tombs for that they could go to the temple.
Okay, as you reach up and touch the first book and go to pull it out, your hand almost just goes straight through it. It seems like all these scrolls, all the paper and stuff is rotted beyond repair, and it just crumbles in your hand. The next one you kind of grab is you're more delicate with it, and you're able to pull it off, but as you open it, it too, just the paper inside starts to rot. And as you guys shift through these papers, I am going to have... Let's see. So Pete and Levi, you're the two that went up to investigate it up closest. At this point, you guys are going to get attacked as 3 giant centipedes come crawling out of the rotting paper and books and attack you guys. So with
Yucky.
that,
Yikes.
you guys are going to get attacked here. So it's just going to be 1 versus Levi, 1 versus Pete, and then the third one pops out as well. So the first one versus Levi. That's
I'll do
a
it.
25.
Wow.
So, dang. And that is going to be 6 points of damage to Levi.
Oh,
Just caught completely off guard as this thing comes jumping out at you. Let me double check something really quick.
wait, that should be at full hit points, though, right?
And give me a fortitude saving throw.
Mm,
I better not have to re-roll a character.
Yay!
And no problem.
Is that a 20? Or cocked?
That
I don't know.
is. You
Very
feel
nice.
this thing, like it almost consumes your entire hand. As you go to reach for something, it comes out almost consuming your entire hand, biting down on your arm. You pull your arm out as the teeth kind of scrape against your arm, and you feel your hand and your arm starting to tighten up, but you shake it off and are able to fend off the effects of the poison coming out of this creature. All right, the second
Awesome.
one versus Pete. That is going to be a 19 total. You're going to take 2 points of damage.
How do we have our 3 fighters in the back?
Because they didn't care about books.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
that's
interested.
true.
We were covering the back, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
And I need you to make a fort save as well. Ooh, just enough. You too. As this thing comes out, this one, you see a Levi get attacked, and you start to pull away. As this one comes out, it barely gets a bite on you, scratching your arm too. You too feel a bit of tingliness in your arm, but easily fend off yours. All right. With that, we are going to roll initiative. So the combat tracker is up. The same thing. I'm going to move him off just so I don't delete him on accident.
Why is my initiative rolling a 6d16?
Are you using a longbow or two-handed weapon? Let me see.
No.
Yeah, you've got a 2-handed weapon equipped.
Short sword isn't a two-handed weapon.
Your longbow's also equipped though, so I'm going to unequip your longbow.
That's a short bow. Oh, but that's two-handed. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just because you had to equip, so I can unequip it and then just it takes a turn to pull it out.
Okay.
All right, so you want to re-roll initiative or stick with your 12?
I'm fine with 14.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I got. 14.
Okay, 14. Yeah, you're good. All right. Then with that, I'll pop this out. Roll for the centipedes. Ooh, centipedes get to go first with a 19 for a total of 22.
Oh my god.
All right. With that, we begin combat. All right. The centipedes, one's going to move forward towards Pin. The other two are going to attack again at Levi and Pete. So first attack here versus Pin. That one's going to miss. Pin's able to get his shield up in time and block the centipede as it comes charging off of the bookshelf at him. The second one versus Levi. Oof,
Oh my
that's
god.
not good. Having caught him off guard, him trying to fight off the poison from the first bite leaves him open to attack on the second one. He'll take 3 points of damage from the bite. To his arm, he has no shield equipped, right? No shield, right?
Yeah, no shield.
All right. If no shield, you take another d6 of damage, which is going to be 3 more points of damage.
All right, I'm at 0.
You're at 1 right now, aren't
You're
you?
down.
Oh, 1, my bad.
Yeah, you're at 1. And
Yeah,
go ahead and make me. Actually, you already fended off its poison once, so you're good right now. So you fended off its poison currently. All right. With that, the third one makes an attack against Pete. That one's a 14 versus Pete's AC versus 16. So you block away this one's attack as well. All right. Levi, looking a bit
Hundo.
rough. Hundo, you are up.
Hundo, get in here.
Great. Long sword.
All right. A 13 just barely misses.
That's a lot of damage.
We'll put in a luck.
Sure. I'll
Alright.
throw.
1 luck will get you there.
All right, I'll throw a look at it.
All right. And which one are you attacking? The top one?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So with a 14, you slice through it, doing 12 points of damage. And as this one is going to bite at Pin one more time, you basically cut this one's head off, and this one is dead. All right. Good kill. Levi, you are up.
Awesome.
Feeling quite wounded at this point and a bit woozy. Your vision going slightly blurry.
I'm going to attempt to cast Magic Shield.
All right.
And I'm going to use my fleeting point of luck to...
All right. So whatever you roll, we'll add another point to it.
Yeah, didn't roll. No, it's not rolling.
It's not showing loss, so you're doing Magic Shield, you said?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I don't know why it won't roll. I'm clicking the dice.
That is weird. It's not rolling for me either. I tried.
Oh, there goes something.
I clicked on Invoke Patron and that one rolled. So Magic Shield's not rolling for some reason. So let me go in here. Tell you what, just go ahead and roll your D20. And your spell check should be intelligence plus level. So you should be at a +2 on this. So you'll have a total of +3. So just go ahead and roll a D20 and we'll add 3 to it.
I got the +3 on.
Okay. Ooh, 10 I don't believe is going to be enough. That'll just be a fail. And
I don't think do I lose it then with that?
with a 10, 10 is lost and failure. Yeah, you need a 12 for the first success.
Well, my turn.
All right. Pete, you are up.
All right, seeing Levi in some trouble there, I'm going to throw a lay on hands at him.
Okay.
Nice.
This has a +1 from the connection.
Yep.
So I'll just add another one to it. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
All right. Well, that draws from the disapproval table. So your disapproval goes up, and you must pray for forgiveness immediately. He must spend at least 1 hour in prayer, beginning as soon as he is able. So as soon as this combat is over, you will need to go into prayer for an hour. Failure to finish the full hour of prayer within the next 120 minutes is looked upon unfavorably, and you'll increase by -1 penalty to all spell checks until you complete this full hour of prayer.
Goody.
All right. Pin, you are up.
All right. How about a sword and shield sandwich? Guy. And I'm followed up with a shield bash too. Just.
Ooh, very nice. A 23 with a deed of 3,
Nice.
and you sandwich this guy for 11 points of damage, and you squish this one. Go ahead and do the shield bash. If you succeed on the shield bash, I'll basically have you knock it into the other one, and the other one will have disadvantage, or basically, roll lower on its dice for its next attack, as it's caught off balance, having its buddy smashed into it.
All right, and I just hit shield, right? Wait, how do I do the shield bash? Oh wait, I gotta go.
Yeah, go to Dwarf and click on Shield Bash. And Shield Bash should be plus the 1d3, which you just rolled a 3, so that's a total of 8. So with an 8, that will miss as you go to do a Shield Bash. You kill it, you squish it, and then try to use your shield to shove it at its buddy, but it falls too limply to the ground, and you're unable to do it.
Boo.
All right, with that, Barber, you are up.
Can I strike it from here, or do I have to get closer?
I could say with your thievy abilities, you're able to kind of squeeze past Pete and get at it.
Reach around?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do that with the short sword.
Okay.
And let's go. Ugh.
A 9. A 9
Yeah.
will not be enough. Trying to squeeze
Nope.
in between your friends, Pete and Levi look a bit panicked, and they bump into you, and your swing goes wild.
Guys, get out of the way!
All right, back up to the giant centipede. It is going to make another attack at Pete, the character in front of him. This time a 20 for
Wow.
3 points of damage.
These things are deadly.
Okay.
All right. And with that, it's like kind of like skittering up on the wall and the side and things like that as well. Hundo, you are up. In the tight quarters here, anyone behind Pete and Levi, you will have a -2 on your attack, as this is tight quarters as you're trying to swing in between your allies.
You could get over here, though. This one's dead.
Yep, that one's dead, so you can go around if you want.
Yeah, my deed is to put my feet on top of its head, keep it from being able to move around.
All right, it's basically prone it. Got it. Oof, nice.
We're just killing.
Wow.
Yeah, you're just gonna kill it,
Awesome.
no problem. You
Or
run
not.
up and you stomp on the middle of its body, bringing your longsword down. You slash right across the middle of it, and it is gonna do 12 points of damage, which is enough to kill it already. And then on top of that, it's gonna die because it's not even gonna have 5 hours to survive. It's just gonna die. All
It
right.
becomes goo.
Okay, all right. Not too bad. We're getting some criticals in there. That's good. So you smash these things, and all 3 seem to be dead. You look around, looking for anywhere else that these creatures could have been coming out of, but you don't see anywhere else. So now, go clear the blood, because that's a little bit crazy. All right.
Can I examine the corpses and possibly extract some venom that I could use as a poison?
You absolutely can attempt to. So everybody go ahead and give yourself another 2 points of experience.
I'm gonna get on the floor, start praying.
So if you're looking for poison, go ahead and roll me that'd be an athletics check agility check as you try to, cut through and find a way into this creature to get at its poison sacs or use its teeth to somehow get a bunch of venom into a vial.
Could I possibly use my handle poison skill?
Oh yeah, you do have handle poison skills. So yeah, you can use that. I'll tell you that you're going to try for at least a 14.
Okay.
Ooh, natural
How about
20.
that 20?
All right, yeah. You're
Got
able.
all the venom.
With that one, I'm going to have you just go ahead and roll me a d4.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're going to get 4 small vials of venom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an item in your equipment here.
Okay.
We'll put it under... Yeah, we'll just put it under
Now,
equipment.
is this a contact poison that I could put on a blade or something like that?
Yes. So I'm
Or is
gonna
it
go
like
ahead.
a drop it in something poison?
You would think this has to be contact, so you would need to cut someone's skin with it on a blade, just like a creature would bite you, to get it into
Perfect.
their blood. So I'm gonna go ahead and go new equipment. I'm gonna put this as make sure I'm still on it right. Pede, giant centipede venom. You've got 4 small vials of this.
Awesome.
And come on, let me edit. There we go. Small vial of venom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the giant centipede into the equipment. So when you do use this to attack, it'll bring up the giant centipede stats so that you can roll for poison on it. Because it has several different effects that the poison can do. All right, that is now in your inventory. You've got 4 of those. All right, Levi, how you feeling?
Not too good.
All right.
Pete,
So you guys are in a chamber. There doesn't seem like anything else goes off of this location. As you search around the area, anybody else want to investigate this area any further?
I will.
All right. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
I will touch nothing.
Pin, unable to find anything else in this area. You know, the rest of the scrolls and things you look at, everyone you check at least, it looks like they've either, you know, maybe have some writing left on them, you know, the little scraps that are still together, but you can't really make out anything to put anything together from the rest of the scrolls and books that you look at. All right, looks like Hundo and Pin, you go to block the path as Pete spends an hour praying.
Yeah.
All right. So Pete will spend his hour praying. Levi's resting as best he can. I'm assuming you guys are probably going to want to wait till Pete finishes praying and possibly do another lay on hands for Levi, or start off into the chambers.
Yeah, we can wait. I want to check this this area out.
Okay. Go ahead and do another intelligence check as you check that first little antechamber.
Dang.
No, you're not smelling any gold. You're not getting any sense of anything of value in this area. All right. As you guys continue moving out towards the main entrance chamber that you guys first came in, you guys will finish your hour, or Pete finishes his hour of praying, and he will move out with you guys. And as soon as he gets back, I'll have him do whatever he wants to do for Levi there.
Well, that was an adventurous door. Let's see what's to the east.
All right, you go to check the door to the east. The door to the east looks pretty much identical to the one to the west.
I'll examine it again for traps, just in case.
Okay. 16. This one too, you feel quite confident. The other one didn't have any traps on it. This one looks pretty much identical. Checking the door jambs and the handle, you don't see any indication that there would be any trap on this door.
All right, I'll open it.
Okay.
Since I vouched for it.
You
Look
open
around.
it, and again you see a very, very short hallway leading to a very small room, possibly a storage area of some sort. This room inside is small and dark, and as you step in, I'm assuming you step in.
Just to here, and then look around.
All right. Looking around, you see what looks like the small, motionless body, fairly rotted, of a small creature, humanoid, possibly a halfling or some other kind of short person, in the bottom corner. And here the walls, you notice there's a lot of tiny holes in the walls, almost as if the stone here is quite porous.
Yeah, or things shoot out of those holes.
And you see an exit.
I'll be backing up.
Can you disable traps?
Well, yeah, I could take a look at the wall, and see if I can confirm that it's a trap.
Okay. Really quick before you do that, Pete, after you're fine. Well, the 13.
Okay.
13, looking, the way the stonework is, it does look like this is natural. So again, it looks like more of a porous stone, rather than something that was drilled to make holes. All sorts of different various sizes and things like that in this stone. So Pete, after your hour of pray, did you want to give Levi any healing?
Yeah, and myself too. I'm gonna have the staff out for this one. I think.
Okay.
That helps with that, doesn't it? Or is it just spell checks?
That is spell checks. So lay on hands is different, because lay on hands you use through your hands. You don't cast that through something else.
Okay, never mind then. I'll start with Levi.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
No. So you must recruit a new follower. If he does not convert one new follower by the next sunrise, he takes a -1 penalty to all checks for the following day. This penalty resets after 24 hours.
So I'm not sounding this very good, but if you don't believe Levi, this ain't happening.
Your god's a lawful god, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barber won't be converted.
What's your god?
Dainthar, the
dwarf
god.
God. Is the dwarf already a member?
Pin, do you follow Dainthar, the dwarven smithing god?
No, no, I don't. Which is probably why I can't make spikes for my shields. No, but I'm neutral, so I
So
don't know. I thought Pete was neutral too.
He's lawful.
Oh, I thought we had a neutral. Do we have a neutral cleric in here? No, I guess not.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
You
So
can talk me up if you want, Pete. You know.
For the record, the barber's title is now murderer.
Yep.
So I don't think he'll be converting.
right.
Murderer, yeah.
Yeah, level 2
2 for a
thieves
chaotic
are,
thief is murderer.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So tell you what, Pete, go ahead and give me a personality check as you have been talking to Pin about Janthar, and he's heard you praying. 10, Pin, you go ahead and give me a personality check. 12. He's listening, but he's not fully converting yet. So you're going to be stuck with that one for a little while. So you have. Let's
I
see
gotta
the way it works.
get happen.
It says, you don't take the -1 yet. It's just if you do not convert someone, you will take the -1. So you're not taking it yet.
Yeah. I'll talk more to you later. I gotta try to heal again.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
your dice are broken. All right, your
Wow.
disapproval currently was 4, or it was 3, and you rolled a 3. So the cleric is ordered by his deity to meditate on his faith and come to his better understanding of what he has done to earn disapproval. The cleric incurs an immediate and permanent -2 penalty to all spell checks. The only way to lift this penalty is for the cleric to meditate. For every full day of meditation, the cleric can make a DC 15 will save. Success means the spell check penalty is removed. So you're currently at a -2 to all spell checks.
Goody.
Is he ignoring
Okay,
you because you're not a dwarf?
Yeah, maybe. At this point, I'm just gonna take the potion of healing out of my bag and just hand it to Levi.
Okay. All right. So that potion of healing that you guys had, where did I put it? There it is. Nope, I did that wrong. It should be 1 hit die plus 1. So I had not updated this for you. So it is 1 hit die plus 1. So for Levi, is that a D8 for the elf? I don't remember. Let me look it up.
D8 plus 1.
D6, I think, for elves.
Elves are D6. So go ahead and roll a D6 and add 1, and then I'll just remove that from Pete's inventory.
I already
Oh, you
did
did?
it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so 5 points of healing for Levi brings you back up to 6.
Thank you.
All right, with that, you got a little bit of healing, and Pete is starting to realize that for some reason down in this temple, his god is just not listening to him.
This must be an evil place.
All right. So as you guys are investigating the walls and stuff in here, again, you see that it's a very, very porous stone, but you don't see anything that seems man-made to indicate any kind of trap on the wall.
Should we investigate the skeleton or just leave him be?
I'm not going to touch it. Somebody else can.
I don't know.
investigate it.
Oh, okay.
Hondo's good.
Hundo, you gonna look at the body?
Yeah.
All right. Looking closely at the body, you can see the person's, robes. While they're decently rotted, looks like it hasn't been here for too awfully long. The body is pretty desiccated, but bodies rot pretty fast if they're not preserved. So it looks like it was possibly a halfling merchant or something along those kind of lines. You see he's got a couple sacks on him, and Pin, you do smell gold in this room.
No.
As you investigate the body, you do see a sack. In that sack, you find some coin. I will put that in the chat right now. So it's 75 gold pieces, 200 silver pieces, and 100 copper pieces in his little sack. You also find he had a large diamond in that sack as well.
Nice.
And the third thing you find is kind of interesting. They look like a very small pair of tiny leather shoes. They're probably roughly an inch in length, and they look like they're like well made. Like if they were larger size, it'd be something you could wear.
Huh. Like the kind you'd hang from a dashboard, like Lucky Shoes, maybe, or something.
Like baby
Uh,
halfling size?
Smaller,
than
even
that?
smaller than a baby halfling size. They look like they would almost go on a doll.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take the halfling's index finger bone because I've heard that can convey some luck, and put that in a pocket. And I'm going to pin the little shoes to my breastplate. I'm
Okay.
hoping that grants me some luck or something.
All right. So you guys search the body as you pull. On the sack, the body kind of falls over and the head rolls off. And as you do that, you hear buzzing. And coming out of the porous wall is a swarm of insects that now just fills the chamber. It is going to do one attack on everybody that's in the chamber, and then from there, it is going to fly out of the chamber. So let me go ahead and roll that really quick.
Run away.
So the three of you that are in there, it is going to attack all three of you.
Run, you bastards.
And it doesn't want to roll for me. That's fine. Let's just do it this way. So that is a d20 plus 1 against all of you. So that is a 19 versus all of you. So you're each going to take, because I don't think anyone's over 19 on AC, correct?
I'm
Nope.
exactly 19.
You're exactly 19. Okay. So everyone takes just 1 point of damage. So go.
Okay. Ow.
No pain, no gain.
Well,
Alright, so Hundo. There we go. Barber, Pin, okay, you all took your damage. Alright, with that, it swarms out. As it swarms past Pete and Levi, filling this chamber, you guys will take an attack. That one's going to be a 16. So a 16 will hit both of you, I believe.
Yep.
Alright, so 1 point of damage for each of you. So that takes Pete down to 6, and Levi back down to 5. And then the swarm swarms out the chamber, out towards the light. Alright, with that, everything seems quiet again.
now we know what killed the halfling.
Maybe.
Should we go this way?
Yep. You guys can see there is a chamber or a hallway leading to the north. This one looks like there is a very, very slight decline, almost like it's a small ramp leading down.
Dean, Hundo, who's in front?
Alright, as you step into this chamber, this cross chamber has hallways leading off to the north, south, east, and west. The eastern hallway seems to be blocked by a large stone and iron reinforced door. The wooden door to the north is broken and laying on the floor. Additionally, in this chamber on the floor, you find what looks like the arm of a statue. It looks to be laying about in the center. And as light comes into the room, you see on one wall, written in a, looks like it was almost carved unnaturally. Someone didn't do it, on purpose, or it wasn't there originally. Somebody else wrote it here. Carved into the wall are the words, "Only darkness can prevent his coming." And here in this room too, you find more of those broken mirrors. Actually, each chamber you've gone into, you've seen at least one, if not two, of these large mirrors that are broken.
Well, if the petrification is a visual thing, but darkness might be a protection versus.
Yeah, definitely. And he doesn't like mirrors. Do you think we need to collect the pieces of statue and put them back together at some point?
Maybe.
Should we just leave that for now as a kind of footnote?
Sure.
So,
Maybe
wrong?
worship Denthar. Okay, let's look east first. And I guess I don't have a torch lit. I'm not seeing very well.
Yeah, we need Pete in the middle, I think, of everybody.
All right, yeah.
Oh,
From
there's a
here you
door
can
to the
tell,
east
like
as
to the
well.
west is that stairway that led down from your first chamber. So it looks like it's a hallway that leads off into this area. The door to the east looks again heavy stone and iron reinforced door. This one does look like it has a locking mechanism. Like right in the center of the door is it's carved with what looks like a basically it's the image of like the moon at the top with moonlight coming down onto a fountain. And the top of the fountain is basically a character that's bent over with its hands out, and that's right where the keyhole is.
And this was originally a temple to Denthar or
This was actually a temple originally to Shul.
Shul?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm using my mirror shard to look down this hall as best I can first, and then going down to the western hall first. See if I can see how that connects.
Okay. As you make your way there, you reach the bottom of a small stairway, and can easily tell from where you've been that stairway leads back up to the entrance. You can actually see as you're standing there the light coming in from the outside.
Okay. All right. Now,
East or north?
Can I look at this eastern door for traps
Absolutely.
before I start fiddling with it?
Yep.
15.
All right, with a 15, looking at it, you're investigating the lock itself. It does look like this was reinforced for a reason. You can tell that the locking mechanism is fairly intricate. That there's definitely a key needed to bypass this area. With your skill, you could possibly pick it, but you don't see any indication of lethal or dangerous traps.
I use my mirror shard to look around this corner, the northern passage there.
Okay. With the little bit of light that reflects off of the mirror, you can see that down that hallway, or once you turn around that corner, there's a fairly long hallway, but you can't see very far down it.
Okay.
Can I attempt to pick the lock?
You absolutely can.
Do I get any bonuses from my thieves' tools? Or is it
You would
just
just
allows me to do that.
yeah, it just allows you to do that. So yeah, you just roll your regular pick locks.
Okay, here we go. Oh
With a
yeah,
20. It does take you a bit of time. You fail a couple times, but you feel like you're getting it. And then on your last try, you do successfully unlock the door. And you hear the click and the shifting of rods within the door move.
Oh yeah.
So that was a tough door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty sure 20 was pretty close to what I needed.
Yep.
Well, it's open now, guys. If anybody wants to go in, maybe I guess I should do that, right? All right, I'll open it.
All right. As you open it, you can see like there's no handle or anything. So you test one side and it doesn't move, and then you test the other side. And as you test the other side, you can feel it start to pivot and turn, and it slides heavily, and takes a good amount of your strength to push this thing open. And even then, it only opens about maybe halfway, but still enough for each of you to squeeze through if you wanted to squeeze through. And what you see is a hallway. At the end of that hallway, you can see a room, and there's a bit of light coming down from the ceiling of that room, and you see on the far wall what looks like a cracked and broken fountain leaking water on the floor.
Da, da, da. That's what we came for. I'm not going first.
I'll,
Okay.
you guys want
Fighters
to
to
go
the front.
I'll go first.
Pete, what do you
Okay.
think? Crazy?
Pete, as you move forward, your light starting to illuminate this chamber a bit more. What you see is this large chamber houses a large fountain along the eastern wall. The fountain is old and cracked and leaking onto the floor. The fountain seems to be fed by a spring that leaks out of the wall itself. A single beam of light comes through a hole in the ceiling, illuminating the fountain. Several stone statues stare into the fountain, and as you notice, the top of the fountain looks like a person holding a mirror over their head, but that mirror too is broken. and the moonlight or the light coming from above seems to shine directly down onto that statue holding that broken mirror.
Ah, we have to reflect the light. Okay.
I think that's right.
Is there any indication from the statue where it was trying to reflect the light to?
It looks like from the way the mirror, like there's a little bit of pieces of mirror still put together, and the light shines off at a couple of the other broken mirrors in this room.
Ooh. And if we follow the path of that, the light and those mirrors, where would it end up?
Looks like it would probably shine down the hallways that you've been coming through.
Oh.
So go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody can give me an intelligence check to put all this together.
We're a pretty dumb bunch.
Yeah.
Pin not figuring it out. Barber not figuring it out. Levi not figuring out. But Pete, having been a person who's studied religion and stuff like that, and then Hundo, you've possibly seen something similar to this. So if you've all seen The Mummy, basically it looks like this is supposed to be like the one area where the light comes in, shines down on this first statue, and that light would reflect off of all the mirrors, lighting this entire temple down below.
Mm-hmm.
But the mirrors have been broken, so that's why all the chambers seem to be dark currently.
Can we fit our shards back in like puzzle pieces at all to improve the situation?
You can attempt to.
I'll try.
Does anybody have a mending spell? We could mend the mirrors, restore them.
No.
Would that be Levi?
I do have mending.
Oh yeah. That would work, right?
Of course, then we'll have to arrest him for practicing magic. I won't tell if you won't.
Barber is the last person who's going to arrest him for that.
All right, so we want to
In
attempt
fact, Barber will die defending him over that.
All right, so we're going to attempt to mend or put back together a couple of these mirrors?
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Which one did you want to start with?
Wait.
We have 3 statues in here?
Yeah, there's three statues in here, plus the statue on the fountain itself. The statue on the fountain itself is the one holding up a mirror that's broken.
I guess that's the first one, right? That redirects the...
Yeah, see where the light goes off of that one.
Yep, I guess I'll try that one.
Okay.
I'm going to spell burn
Ooh.
a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll do I guess 1 point of strength just to add a little. So whatever this roll is plus.
Okay, so +1.
+1 plus whatever my spell check is.
All right, and your spell check is currently +2.
Yeah.
Thanks. So
cool.
At a 19, so same result. So the caster permanently repairs a mirror or a minor defect in a single object, non-magical, non-living creature. The defect repaired must be of a single material, be no more than 1 cubic foot. So you repair most of this mirror as you are putting it together. There's a 50% chance that the repaired object is actually substituted for a similar whole object. For example, instead of mending a torn tunic, intact tunic repairs. Go ahead and roll me just roll a D100. Over 50, you get the full mirror. Under 50, you get the half mirror.
Yeah.
There you go. The whole mirror repairs. Because again, this thing's about 2 feet in diameter. And the entire mirror repairs. As that, the chamber itself lights up a lot more. So I'll go ahead and light this entire chamber. Gets lit by this light.
Of course, we had a recommendation to work in darkness in the last room, but
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
now these statues that are around, do these look like artifacts, like crafted statues, or do these look more like petrified people?
This actually, as you're looking at them, are in fairly good detail. Two of them look like warriors of some sort, possibly mercenaries or adventurers, and the third one looks like a priest of sorts, possibly a cleric.
They look like they were carved and placed here.
Just like the one outside, there's no base to them, and they have much more detail. So if they were carved, it was by a very, very skilled craftsman.
Now, the priest's mission was to collect water from a fountain, right?
Yep.
I'm
Is there a
gonna
way
look at
that
the water
he could
in.
sense if it was holy water or not?
He could do an intelligence check there to kind of test the water to see if this is the holy water he's looking for. With something he's not positive. He's from everything he's heard, he's like, this should be it. There could be another fountain or something down here, but he's not positive.
All you have to do to confound us is just keep asking for intelligence checks.
Right? That is your kryptonite. This
Our Achilles
game.
heel. Our Achilles
your
heel.
Achilles heel this game.
Or ask to roll anything.
Right? All right.
What about...
Oh, really quick before you do that, everybody go ahead and give me another intelligence check. And Pete, you would have stepped up to test the water.
13.
Right. So 13, 9, 19 for Hundo.
We could just take some. Oh.
All right, with that, Hundo, you're the only one that notices the rubble in the bottom right corner here begins to shift a bit as the mirror was repaired and light lit up this entire area. And then coming out of that, you see this large lizard creature with multiple legs come crawling out, hissing. And with that, we're going to roll initiative.
I jump on it.
Don't make eye contact with it. Don't let it bite you. Whatever it's gonna do, this could be the thing that petrifies them.
He's tackling it like a
I'm going to move you back one because you're not directly on top of it for the meantime. All right.
I'm going to ride it like a horse.
Ooh, good for you guys. He rolled extremely low on initiative. He got a total of 0.
That's important.
So it seemed a bit lethargic as it was coming out of the stonework here.
Where's my thing?
And Hundo, are you rolling with your longsword, I'm assuming? There you go.
Yeah, I'm looking for I lost my little sheet with the initiative on it somehow.
If you open up your character sheet, click on the character tab.
There's the cross swords at the top too for the tabs.
Yeah, or you can right click on the cross swords and it'll bring out the combat tracker.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Okay. Well, anyway, let's try it this way. And then roll my my sword. Okay.
Yeah, I switched your equipment so that you have the sword equipped instead of the. Oops, no, initiative. So here, I'll go ahead and click on this for you. There you go. There's your initiative. 19. So there you go. All right, so we got the barber, Hundo, Levi, Pin, Pete, and the lizard creature going last. So with that, barber, you are up.
Yeah, so I see this thing come out, and I see Hundo just go for it, and I'm terrified of any one of us becoming petrified, so I just want to kill this thing as fast as possible. So yeah, I rush towards it with my sword and buckler equipped.
Okay.
And let's go for it. Come on. Ooh.
With an 11. Let me pop this out for myself. So my reference, 11 is not enough. You go to swing at this creature. It's still kind of coming up out of the stone it was kind of buried under. And you end up, your sword clinging off of one of the stone pieces it was underneath.
Okay.
All right, Hundo.
Do I know whether basilisks use their eyes? I think they do. The basilisk gaze, right?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check to see if you've heard any stories about this type of creature.
Everybody? Or just Hundo?
Just him right now. You have not heard any stories about this type of creature.
All right. Deed's going to be to go for the eyes, though.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, tactically wise, anyways, regardless, if I get its eyes, it won't be able to see.
Yeah.
That would be darkness.
Oh.
With a 6, you go to swipe at its eyes, but it sees your attack coming and it ducks out of the way.
It's not a good start.
No.
Levi.
Kill it.
Okay, can I make a roll to see if I know the
Absolutely.
nature of this?
How large is it?
This creature is probably about the size of, we'll say, like a very large dog. All right, with a 13, Levi, you think you've heard stories of a creature. You can't recall the name, but you've heard stories of a couple different creatures that their gaze can petrify.
I'm gonna attempt to throw my bedroll over it, like blanket, like cover it up.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do a melee attack for that one. So
Okay.
go ahead and just roll a d20 plus your 2.
You have the darkness spell, Levi?
No.
I have darkness, but I don't seem to be rolling too good for spells.
All right, 19. You run forward and throw your blanket over the creature. So I'll swap you with your familiar. Throwing the blanket over the creature, and you can see the creature starting to flap around like it's trying to get it off of its head. So I'll have it
Nice.
roll against your 19. So let's remember that 19 number. He's going to roll against the 19 to try to get himself out from under it on his turn. All right, Pin, you are up. You see the creature covered by a blanket and starting to thrash about.
I can't get to him, can I?
At this point, probably not. Yeah, the other 3 have surrounded it, and it's a bit tight in that corner.
There's attacks of opportunity, right?
Yes, if you guys have already engaged it in combat and you leave or it leaves, it'll get an attack of opportunity.
Take out the light.
Oh, yeah. Take down the mirror.
Oh, you know what? I know what I'll do. All right, so I am gonna run over to, the mirror, and I am going to cover it with my wolf hide.
Okay. So you take out the light coming in from the mirror. So with that...
So now we're just down to the torch, right?
Yep, just the torch. All right, and then the little bit of light that comes in from above, but the mirror is no longer reflecting light in the room, so all you have left for light is the torch lighting up the chamber. All right, Pete.
It's next after this.
I'm gonna call out. Do you want a darkness spell, or me to snuff out the torch?
I would say you could easily drop the torch, and with being water there, it'll just go out. So that'll be kind of a free action if you wanted to do that.
Okay, sure. Dip it in the water.
Okay. Torch goes out. So all you have now lighting the chamber is the light coming in from the hole in the ceiling.
Okay. I know this hasn't been working for me, but I'm going to try to lay on hands on myself.
Okay.
What else could work? Levi, do you have color spray? We could blind it.
That's the last time I tried to heal today.
Oh my gosh.
A 5 and... Well, you just
Yeah,
rolled
extra
was it
minus four.
Crazy.
4?
That's really crazy.
Oh, you rolled a 3. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. The result is like super low.
So immediately incurs a -4 penalty to spell checks
Oh my gosh.
on the specific spell that resulted in disapproval. So that's on lay on hands.
Lay on hands.
That lasts
I'm
until
gonna
the
say
next day.
Shul is not a friendly god to you, Pete.
Apparently not.
Okay, well that's my turn.
All right. With that, then, the creature is up. It is going to make basically a reflex save to try to get out from underneath the blanket. And it needs a 19 or better. It fails. So it is thrashing about, trying to get out from underneath. As it's thrashing about, it is going to make one bite attack. This is going to be at random. So Hundo, Barber, and Levi. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. So the bite is against the Barber, but he's going to roll this with a D16. And he does have...
That's probably the best result.
Actually, this is just going to be a claw because it can't bite. Its head is covered, so it's claws from underneath. So it has a +3 on that roll. That will be 12, which is not going to be enough because its claws just come thrashing out randomly, not able to hit any of you. All right, we're back up to the Barber.
So it's covered in a blanket.
Yep, which will give you a +2 on any attacks you do.
Ooh, nice. I was going to try to use my mirror shard to reflect its gaze, but instead of that, I will stab it. So it'll be whatever this is +2.
Yep. Nice, a 23.
Oh, yeah.
For 1 point of damage.
Can I put some luck into that?
You absolutely can.
And increase the damage.
Yep. And your luck die
so I go to thief and I go to luck die, right?
Yep.
I will put 2 luck into this. So I'll
luck.
click it twice.
Okay.
This is the first.
Okay, so 2 more points.
This is the second.
4 more points of damage total.
So 5 total. Yeah, 5 total damage.
All right. You stab into the creature. It goes through Levi's blanket into the creature. You feel it, and you pull it back out, and you can see some blood on your blade. That you know you landed true.
Nice.
Are you going to stay in position? With it being covered, its head covered, you can move without taking opportunity attacks.
Yeah, maybe I'll move to let Pim come in.
Okay. All right. With that,
to here.
Hundo, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to try to drive my longsword into its head while I actually tried to get astride it. Like, I'm actually going to try to, as if it were a big dog, get out on top of it.
So grapple it and make sure the blanket stays wrapped around it and such.
Yeah.
Like crocodile?
All right. That is going to be a miss. So as you try to stab at it and jump on top, you jump on top, but it shakes you off. So your stab misses, hitting the stone below the creature. As you try to jump on top of it, go ahead and just give me a reflex save.
Rodeo.
All right. I'll say since your D die is going to be added to that, it does shake you off, but you do not fall prone. You're able to keep your footing. All right. With that, you do not have the opportunity to move away, so you'll stay in place. You end up back where you started. And Levi, you are up.
Basilisk Rodeo.
Mm-hmm. Extreme sports.
An 11. You too, as this thing is thrashing under the blanket, you slash through and your blade goes through your blanket, but does not. You don't feel it make contact with anything solid on the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna have the cricket attack too.
Okay,
this time.
go ahead.
My bad.
All right, the cricket comes forward,
nice.
And with a mighty kick to the creature, as it's thrashing about, kicks it right in the bottom of the jaw, delivering 5 points of damage.
Awesome.
Making the barber feel a little bit
Badass
embarrassed
cricket.
since this little cricket did as much damage as his blade.
It's like a 2.
Well, the two of us have done the only damage, so.
Right? All right. With that, your cricket moves back out of the way, and Pin, you are up.
Okay. Come in here. I'm gonna for my mighty deed, I'm gonna try and lop off his head.
All right.
And I have my shield up and swinging with my short sword.
Okay.
and I'm gonna shield bash too.
Got it.
Ah,
Your sword, you aim for the throat, and again, you feel like you're going for it, but as it thrashes around, you do nothing but cut through the blanket wrapped around this creature.
What is going on with the rules?
And the shield bash, you smash against it, but it seems to be coming at you at the time, so it's, nobody loses any ground on that one.
ooh.
All right. Pete?
I'm gonna move and let me back in.
Yeah, Pin, did you want to move or stay where you're at?
Yeah, I'll back out.
Okay.
To get other people a shot.
All right. Pete, you are up.
Okay, I'll move up and try to hit it. The hammer. Spells don't work, so hammer time.
Nice.
All right.
Yep.
A 13 versus the creature is also not going to be enough to hit. As it's thrashing about, your hammer comes down and you hear it slam against the stone on the ground. All right. Staying in place or backing up?
Yeah, I guess we're doing the shuffle, so I'll back up.
Okay. As multiple of you now have put bladed weapons through this blanket, it's a bit more torn. So the basilisk is going to make its reflex save at a lower number. It was originally a 19, so at this point it's going to be down to a 15. It still only rolls a 9, so still buried, wrapped around in this blanket, unable to get its head free. It will again lash out at random. So with Hundo and Levi being the two in range, 1, 2, 3, 4. So versus Hundo, and this is another claw attack plus 3. That is an 18. So an 18 will hit, doing 1d4 of damage, taking 4 points of damage as its claw comes out and scratches against your stomach. All right, with that, we are up to the barber.
I'll step back in.
Okay.
Now, since there's a blanket that nicely outlines the creature, would I be able to do a backstab? Any kind of bonus?
I would say also because it's dark in here right now too, you would just roll a regular. With it being trapped, is going to bring you back up to a regular attack on that. So you just do your regular backstab if you want.
Okay. It's for some reason not letting me click on backstab.
Okay, so with that then, just go ahead
maybe,
and...
wait, sorry. Maybe this is why. Nope, still not why.
Yeah, it's not letting me
should I
click
just
on it
roll?
either, so...
I'll roll the razor. I've got the razor stats set up for backstab, so I
Okay.
can just click the razor.
That'll work.
So this should be it.
All right.
14.
14.
That's not enough. I'm happy to put some luck in.
Just not enough, so try 1 luck to start.
3 points of damage, though. It's not really worth it.
Up to you.
No, not for 3 points of damage.
All right.
And then I'll step back.
All right. With that...
Now I feel sheepish.
Hundo, you are up.
Right. I'm still just trying to keep this blanket on it while I
Nice.
drive weapon deep into him.
All right. Again, trying to grab the creature unsuccessfully, but this time your blade does make contact. You feel it go into the flesh of the creature. You feel that resistance. As you pull it back out, you see blood on your blade, and you deliver a mighty blow for 7 points of damage. All right. Levi.
Stab it again.
Yeah. We got this.
Yes.
Nice.
Oof. Is that like Levi's second or third today? He's got a couple crits, right? All right. Your sword this time, you've gotten used to its shape, and your sword goes in cleanly, slashing into the side of the creature for 8 points of damage. Looks like you've hit a vital organ, so roll that 3d4 for us. For an additional 7 points, so a total of 15 points of damage, and you feel cleanly as you strike this creature a gasp of air, and it seems like you've gone right through its lungs with your sword, and you have killed this creature.
Awesome.
All right. We will end the combat, and you will all get 3 points of experience because that was a dangerous encounter, but you guys handled it quite well.
A blanket was the game changer.
Yeah, that worked out very well. That was clever.
I just need 5 more points of experience. Throw something else at me.
Let's go to another room.
Yeah, there's still areas you haven't checked yet.
I'm gonna take my wolf hide off the mirror because that kind of helped us.
Okay.
So we want to keep it around. So
As you take
I got
it off the mirror, you see it light back up in this chamber.
should we take like a vial of the water just in case it ends up being
Yeah.
the right one?
I would say,
Yeah, I
Pete,
think
you
so.
probably
Doesn't
have like a dozen flasks that they gave you, or maybe even like a ceramic jug, to take like a couple gallons of this water back to them. That's what they gave you to collect the water in.
Okay, I also have a cask. It would have had ale in it that would have been drank by now, so I can fill up my cask with the
Absolutely.
water too. I'll change the title to the Cask of Holy Water,
Okay,
but I'll collect every other vessel that I have available.
you got it.
I want to. Can I make an attempt to carve the eyes of the basilisk out?
You can absolutely attempt. So an agility check for that.
I'm not looking at those eyes.
Close your eyes while you do it.
Yeah.
A 12. You damage the eyes to a point that you don't think they'd be very valuable.
Okay.
Can I skin it, or is that going to take too long?
You would think it would take probably a good amount of time, and this being more of a lizard type creature, skinning it and getting its skin off in a way that can be used for something would be quite difficult, and you would probably think you need to spend a good amount of time to do that.
All right, I'm not going to do that then.
It's only dog size. You could drag it with you.
Nah.
Was there anything of value in the basilisk's little nest there?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check as you search through that little space that it was in. You don't see anything else of any value. You see some bones, and the bones look like they're stone almost, and maybe another piece of a statue.
Do I smell any gold?
You don't smell any gold in this area.
Okay. All right, you guys want to go
Go
north
north.
or?
Were you repairing any other mirrors, or just leaving this one mirror lit?
Oh,
I think we do the mirrors, and let's try taking like a little piece of the petrified guy and like one of these arms or legs and dipping it in the water a little bit.
All right, so you take the arm that you found in the last chamber and dip it in the water, and you don't see any effects. The stone itself, the statue, as you dip it in the water and pull it out, you can tell that the statue itself is also very porous. It looks like it's a soft stone almost, so you can tell like it took some water into it, but then the water comes back out. But no change.
What is the property? What's the property of this water? Did they tell us that? Like, I know it's supposed to be holy water, but what's it supposed to do? Just is it supposed to heal people, or?
As far as you're aware, it's just holy water, whatever holy water would be used for. Mostly ceremonial.
I'm going to take a handful and take a sip.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is some of the freshest, crispest water you have tasted, and it is very, very refreshing. I'll say those of you who take a drink of it will gain 1 HP back.
I'm taking a
I wanna
drink.
take a drink.
Yeah.
You do feel
We're
quite
all on
refreshed.
that, so thank you.
So you can all take 1 additional HP of healing.
back up to full again. Let's go.
Yep.
Arr.
So who needs to level? Is that Pin? Are you the one looking for the fight?
Yeah, I just need 5 more experience.
All right.
Should I try to mend the rest
To
of
the
these
north
mirrors?
then.
So if we can put it in a mirror to
and
get,
then the mirrors, yeah. First.
can we get our light out of that?
Absolutely.
Exercise.
Yeah, you think that if
So
you
this
can repair
one's
the other
the
couple mirrors in here, it'll reflect down these other hallways.
There might be more of those lizard things, but I do think if possible we should fix the mirrors because Presumably, the people broke them, out of concern because of these creatures. So, if we've got rid of them, I'd like to put it back the way it was.
Sure. Should we do the mending thing on the other mirrors?
So yeah, you can magically mend them, or you can spend some time to gather up the pieces and try to fix them as best you can, manually.
What kind of check would that be?
Again, just like
Hopefully not intelligence.
Intelligence, agility, whichever way you kind of think your character would generally go about it.
Agility.
Because you can, sleight of hand kind of idea. You're using your hands to put the pieces back together, make sure they stay in place.
Yeah, I'll try that.
You guys don't have any necessary like glue or anything like that, but looking around, you can find different ways to keep it in place.
Nope,
you get a bunch of the pieces up, and you think you've about got it, and then they collapse to the ground again.
No, I'm not good at jigsaw puzzles, guys.
Well, I lost mending trying, so.
Pen, your understanding of putting things together, you're able to repair one of the mirrors.
Yeah, I cut things. I don't put things back together.
Yeah, I'll give a shot to a mirror.
Okay. 13 takes you some time, but you're able to repair the second mirror in here. So with that, a couple of the other chambers are now lit up as the light goes down and lights these other areas. So it looks like some light now is reflecting down into the hallway to the north and the hallway to the west. In this hallway, you see another mirror on the corner to the east.
Yes, mirror path.
Can I view down that hallway using that mirror?
The mirror, again, is broken, so you can't really see anything off of it, but you can use your mirror to kind of peer around the corner. Not really much light leading down into that next room, so it's pretty dark. You can't really make out anything in that room.
Let me go for infravision.
Okay.
Let's see. So which way we want to go, left or right, guys? East
Either
or
one.
west? Let's go see
Right.
first.
Let's make sure this connects back to. Does this connect back to where we saw the other room?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, as you start kind of making your way down through there, it looks like this is the hallway that you had looked around the corner with your mirror, the long hallway.
Okay.
So.
I mean, some people could go down once, some people go down the other.
All right.
If we see something, we just shout and regroup.
I'll go up this
Or we
way.
just pick a direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Pin, as you step to the right, looking into this chamber, it's a fairly small chamber, but most of it is dominated by the shape of a large, looks like iron reinforced statue of some sort. It has almost like armor on it, but it's makeshift, and it takes up most of this room. Other than that, there's not really anything else in this chamber.
Armor.
The statue is larger than your average human.
Yeah, it stands probably close to 10 feet tall.
Yeah,
Is it-
I don't know.
Of a human?
It's humanoid in shape, so it's very, very broad at the top. It's definitely not a person, but it's carved in a humanoid shape, and then it has like makeshift metal attached to it as a form of armor almost.
And metal reinforced as well. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Some kind of stone golem, maybe, or iron golem.
Yeah,
Let's just
even animated armor.
Let's just tiptoe by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving or doing anything. It's just standing there.
What do we see for doors? I can see one on my left.
Yeah, there
on
is
the west. Is there more?
one. Looks like just a general wooden door there.
Yes,
Are there
yes.
more doors in the darkness that I can't see? That anybody else can see?
That is all
No,
that
that's
seems
the
to be
only
in this
door.
room. That one door and the large statue.
We might need that torch again.
All right.
Mine's wet, and it's the only one I had, so somebody else might have to light one.
All right, I'll light a torch. Let's see.
All right, that's Hundo.
Yeah.
All right. So Hundo, you're going into that other chamber, and you light a torch.
Yeah.
Okay. As you step into the other chamber, what you see in that chamber, there's a foul smell in here, almost like that sweet foul smell of rot. And this chamber as well, similar to the one where you found the halfling, seems to be just covered in porous stone. So there's holes in the wall.
It's still dark in here where I am.
Yeah, because the door hasn't been
Nobody
opened yet. So he's in the other room.
Back over here? Oh, back this way.
Yep. Yeah, he went into the other room.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's a door here.
Yep, there's a door up here.
What's this splat here?
Just dirt, some foul-smelling rot of some sort.
The
That's
basilisk
gonna be the door
bathroom.
to the next room.
Yeah.
As you enter and start making your way through this room, the light, you hear the buzzing again, and another swarm of insects is going to fill this chamber. So, attacking against you guys.
I wave my torch to dissuade them.
It'll make one attack against you guys. And for some reason, again, some of these are not working today, so let's go ahead and roll that manually.
It's a bit buggy today.
It is. All right, that is a 13, so I don't think that hits either of you that are in the chamber.
Nope.
As the bugs go swarming out, it'll attack against the other 3 of you. That one is a 13 as well, so again, I don't think that hits any of you, right? That misses Levi as well?
I think it hits me.
Actually, I don't even... Is Levi underneath somebody else? Yeah, okay, Levi's another. So who does that hit?
Well, my AC is 13.
Okay, then you just take 1 point of damage as these insects go swarming past you into the room with the fountain and seem to go out the ceiling. Alright. With that, the chamber seems to be clear.
Huh. Did we clear everything?
Right. Nothing to see.
I want to go back to the golem room here with my torch. Just because I hadn't seen it.
Okay. So you guys make your way back over to the room with the large statue.
Jeez. I guess I can't do that.
I got you.
You have to follow the angles.
See if you want to take a look at that door.
Yeah.
Anything interesting about the
Not
door?
really, not really happy about this suit of armor here. I'll take a look. Yep. Find trap. It's fine. Totally fine.
And then Hundo, as you
I'll
come
open
around the corner with the torch, as soon as you come around the corner, the statue suddenly leaps to life and begins moving.
Oh no.
You guys are into combat.
This is the guy that needed the darkness.
So everybody go ahead and roll your initiative.
He's
Statue
solar
rolls
powered.
your-
Hundo's at the back. Look at these super high initiative rolls.
Right?
Well,
I thought my
Our
statue was
best
going
is a
last,
7.
but
76552.
Yeah, I thought I did bad. That's not.
so Hundo, above the chat, the crossed swords, just right-click on that. It'll pop out the combat tracker, and you should be able to click the dice next to your name.
Yeah, no, my pop-up is being goofy for some reason. I'm not sure what it's.
Otherwise, you can just left-click on it and click on it in the chat.
Pop it.
Or if you want, I can roll it for you.
Yeah, I don't know why that's being stubborn. Like, oh, there we go. There we go. Chat log now. And where am I? Up there. All right. I'm not in the initiative thing there.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and add 4 to it. Alright, so 16.
Better.
Gotcha. I'll update you here. So it looks like, hey, we got at least one high roll there. So Hundo, you are going to be going first. As you come around the corner, you see the statue spring to life and begin moving.
So is a good move to extinguish my torch or a bad move to extinguish my torch? I don't know.
At least get in the room.
I'm gonna put my torch out.
Put your torch out?
And yeah.
All right. As you put your torch out, the statue stops moving.
Kill it. Let's hack it to pieces.
Just smash it.
Tear it apart.
All right. Since there's no water or anything, I'll say here just dropping the torch isn't enough. You'd have to actually snuff it out, so that'll be your action to snuff it out, and then you can move if you'd like.
Okay. I do that. And then yeah, let's evacuate the clerics and magic users and stuff first.
Okay.
And then yeah, maybe I'll go in there in my darkness and pound on the thing.
All right, then Levi, you're up.
Muted. Maybe.
All right, I'm going to. Wait, are we still in combat?
Yep, still in combat. Depending on what you guys do, we'll go through at least this first round, and then if you guys don't want to, do anything, we can go from there.
Yeah, I don't really know how to affect this thing.
Swing at it.
What
See if you
happens?
can knock it over or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just tip it over. It's at least prone when it comes back to life.
All right, so we're gonna attack or try to shove it over. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to shove it over.
Okay, so that'll just be a strength check then from you. You go to shove this thing over and realize it is extremely heavy, and you do not. You go to push it, and your feet just slide backwards from your force of pushing.
I'm but an elf. So,
All right, staying in place or moving? Okay, Pete, you're up.
I'm gonna, while it's deactivated, get a good look at it. Does it have any insignia or runes or symbols or anything on it?
Looking at it, it looks like it almost has a helmet on, kind of a makeshift metal helmet. And the bridge of that helmet has the image of a circle with beams of light coming off of it. The circle itself looks like it has other circles within it. You would make sense that this is a moon type sigil, which Shul is god of the moon.
I'm gonna say I don't think this thing's bad guys. I think it was just a guardian of this place that was probably powered by moon power.
Or my torches.
just light in general.
Well, I don't know. Shall we explore a little more and figure out what we want to do with that thing?
Sure.
Roll of a golem would certainly be nice, but I don't know if we're experienced enough to pull that trick off.
So let's get a fishing rod and hang a torch in front of it, and then it'll just keep walking towards it.
We can
Off a
throw a
rope.
torch into the room.
Kind of
Yeah,
hanging the
just
hot
see
dog
what it
in front of
does.
the dog space.
Yeah, we could be around the corner. Then we could throw a torch.
We might
or
could also just cover up the statue and then the light doesn't hit it.
True. This mighty blanket again.
Yeah. I think that my last blanket's kind of in tatters though.
I can put my my wolf pelt over it.
Yeah, with how large it is, you assume it'd probably take 2 or 3 different items to fully cover it.
Oh, don't have more than one.
Could they
So it's-
dwarf disable with stoneworking knowledge?
Yeah, the dwarf can tell that this thing is made of stone. It was carved from stone, and then the metal was attached to it afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like
Overkill.
things that
So he could probably disable it with a few well-placed hammer strokes.
Can always attempt to.
Yeah, I can do that. I don't have. Do I have a hammer?
You can borrow mine if you want.
I don't have a hammer. Okay.
I had a hammer. I disable a golem.
All right. So.
So
roll
then
that.
we'll go down to Pin, and Pin, you are up then if you're going to attempt to disable this guy in some way.
Agility, strength.
Are you trying to be more specific, hitting certain small spots, or are you just trying to pound on this thing to disable it?
Take out its legs.
Knees and elbows.
I'd say that spot where the symbols are or whatever. I think that's like the sensor for the light. I'm not sure.
It's like smash the head.
Yeah,
Smash the
let's
symbol.
smash the head.
Okay, then that would just be a general, basically attack, as you go to smash the head.
Okay. All right.
Oof!
Nice.
I'll let you know that just barely hit. Just
Really?
barely hit, and you do 6
Wow.
points of damage to this thing. And you see as you hit it, the helmet itself dents a bit, but you can't tell if that did any other damage. But you see the helmet that has been crafted to this thing's head is dented now.
What if
Quite
we
a-
take off all the metal?
Can the helmet come off?
Yeah. What's it attached with?
It looks
Or
like
is it
there
fused?
is basically think
Strap?
of metal rivets that have been it's basically been attached through rods that rivet into it to attach it to the head.
Well, so here's the thing, guys. If I barely hit him, we can't take this guy. So we might as well just.
Yeah, we do not want to be fighting
go
this
somewhere
thing.
else. I hit with a 23 and I barely got him, so we can't hit. We can't take this guy unless we crit him. So I don't know. I just assume let's go about our merry way. It won't follow us if we don't
There's
have
no
light.
light.
It seems so.
So no mirrors down this hallway.
Did we get enough of a look to? Was there any treasure or any? There's the door that connects it. Are there any other doors on the right hand side? I'm not sure I saw that.
No, that
No.
chamber was just literally it was that one door and then the statue inside.
What if he's blocking something? We get him to move towards some light, but then put the light out again, and then see if there's something behind him.
We still have stairways going down from the original room, right?
I don't think so. I think we've covered the whole dungeon.
Oh, I thought there was one thing here. Let's see.
If there's one down, it's the entrance out or the exit or whatever.
Yeah, you're fairly
Oh.
confident that you've searched through pretty much everything that's here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
right.
I don't want to tarry with this guy. I'm 5 points from leveling up, and I don't want to have to re-roll a character. So
He'll give you 5 XP.
yeah, if I survive. And
I don't.
Pete's not like the world's greatest cleric right now. So
Yeah. I'm not saying I want to fight him. I think he could stay where he is, or we could try to move him to see if he's got something behind him. But
yeah,
And I'd
that
say
would
at
be
this
a
point, you guys are
smart-
getting to late in the afternoon, so the sun is probably starting to set outside.
Darkness. Let's hurry up. We don't want to be here at nightfall when the moon comes out.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Temple of the Moon.
All right, we've got our holy water.
Yep.
Are there any rooms we haven't been to yet?
We should search the room where the.
I don't think so, unless there's a secret room that we just never found.
I feel like there's all these petrified people. We should be finding some potions of stone to flesh, that sort of thing.
I'm going to end the combat for that one, and everyone's going to get another 2 points of experience.
Get the
I
heck
should
out
tell you
of
what, make it 4 points of experience, because again, that was a very, very difficult creature. If you were to fight it, you just cleverly fought it up, or cleverly got around it.
4? Awesome.
Point away.
Yeah, it definitely
Somebody
would have been.
roll.
It definitely would have been deadly had you fought it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got 3 days travel on the way back. I'm sure something will try to kill us.
Yeah.
But don't we have to
We
figure out?
just have to sleep with no watches, and then we'll get attacked by something.
Don't we have to give the cleric somebody to convert, or he's gonna incur some permanent damage, right?
It only lasts for 24 hours after the day. So basically, he has 24 hours to convert somebody. If he doesn't, then he has a -1 spell check for another 24 hours, and then it resets.
It's -1 to everything.
Yep.
For 24 hours.
Wow.
All checks. Yeah.
That's all right.
Depending on what
here.
Let's beat feet. Get out of there.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. As some of you start making your way through the chamber with the fountain, it seems like the light outside has changed. It seems like more of a dim light, like a moonlight coming in. And as you start walking through this, you guys notice that the 3 statues start to shift and jerk a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Let's get the hell out of there.
Yeah, let's go. I don't want to have conversations with stone people.
Go ahead. I'm going to stay, but I want everyone else out of the room first.
Okay.
Hundo. Okay, I'll stay with you. I can't leave you here
As
alone.
you guys, kind of prepare yourself and get ready for the worst, you notice that the stone starts to crumble away, revealing flesh underneath these 3 statues. And these 3 people all of a sudden look like they are ready for battle, as if they were, before they were turned to stone, and start looking around, shocked, not aware of what's going on, and turn and see you guys, and are, a little taken aback, but it seems like these 3 statues have turned back into humans.
I bow
The lizard
deeply.
is dead.
And well met.
They say, whoa, who are you? What happened?
Fear
I
not,
think-
the lizard is slain.
I think you were turned into stone by a basilisk. Does that sound familiar?
We came down to gather some of the holy water, and something attacked us, and the last we remember is a flashing light, and then nothing until just now.
Was it the statue or the lizard?
We're not sure. It caught us so off guard. It was so sudden. You said a lizard. You killed a lizard.
A basilisk, yes. But there was also a statue in the other room, too.
We know not of the
A moving
statue.
statue.
Well, how do you guys feel about Denthar?
Can you leave this place?
We would very much
Power
like
of
to leave this
Denthar.
place.
Brought you back.
What day
We would
is
also very much like to leave this place. Why don't we all leave this place and have a conversation outside of this place?
it? Yes,
Well,
yes. Let's quickly leave. And they are quite agitated and eager to get the heck out of this temple.
yeah.
Sentiment, I also mirror.
All right. I'm not going to make you guys go all the way back through, so we'll just go ahead and jump back over to the homepage, and you guys will find yourselves back out in the woods. It is currently dark. It is nighttime. So we will transition to darkness here. And with that, you guys will have with you, I will put out here, you have 2 knights and a friar with you. Those are the 3 that came out of the temple with you.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, can we figure out how long they've been turned to stone?
Yeah, they ask you, like, well, what day is it? Asking as in they don't believe they've been down there very long. They have no idea. I think, maybe only a day or 2 has passed. They ask, like, what day it is. I'm assuming you guys tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you see them confused and, like, almost starting, like, to think, and like, oh, we've been down there for at least 5 years.
Is this the first time you've thawed out, so to speak? You've destoned yourselves?
Because we fixed the mirror.
If the day is true, then it's been roughly, again, 5 years since we entered.
But you live nearby? Your homes are nearby?
We are from Ravenswood. Where are you
Oh,
from?
you are? Oh.
And they ask where you're from.
We're from Ravenswood as well.
Oh,
We were
very
sent
good.
to the temple.
The Temple of Shur?
Well, no, not sure, but
Therefore be praised.
but plenty of lawful well, I'm not lawful, but
Yeah, I was like, let's not go there.
I say, oh, if it's been 5 years, we must make haste to get back. Our family must be worried.
yeah,
You're
let's
5 years
accompany
older
you.
than you are now.
And how are you at healing, Friar?
And he says, I could always do my best.
Yeah, we could definitely stand a little bit of healing here.
All right.
Do you know anything about that big stone golem that was in there?
I know. We know nothing of the golem.
Okay. But this used to be a temple that you went to regularly, like a spring you visited.
We had never been before. We have only heard the stories of it, and we're attempting to gain some holy water for our temple.
They were on a similar quest as we were.
Yes.
It sounds like
Well,
it.
we've got the holy water.
Oh, in our haste, we forgot to gather some holy water.
You have some.
Oh, yeah, I'll give him some. Not all of it, but
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you were given several flasks and things of that nature, so you could always hand him a couple flasks of the holy water.
Are you going to try to chat them up, Pete, on the virtues of
Ye-
Denethor?
yeah. After I butter him up with some water, I'm gonna be like, so Danethar is the one true God, and he bade us come here. So
All
yeah,
right. With that,
you're saved. You're saved because of him.
the friar will say that he still believes the moonlight, so you won't be able to convert the friar, but the two knights, they're kind of neutral, so you can definitely attempt to persuade them. So go ahead and do a personality check. A 13. Okay, so I'll just roll 2d20s here, and
Not bad.
Oh.
6 and 12. They both thank you for saving them and feeling that you and your gods were the ones that brought them to safety. You'll convert both of these guys over to Danethar.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I don't think in DCC anybody would actually believe in one true God. There's just too many obviously active gods to believe in one.
Right? It's like they believe in multiple gods, but the one they actually pray to is the one that they have been converted to.
This
Yeah,
is
but
the God that saved you.
I'm
It's
assuming
pretty-
you guys set a campfire up for the night?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What about the eroded, weather-beaten guy that was out in the front door? Did he come to life?
He did not.
Okay.
That'd be rough, I think, with his face and stuff all worn away. Like he'd probably be in agony
yeah.
and just die.
A horrible last 5 seconds of your life.
Right?
And whoever the broken one is, because we just had an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you guys make camp and talk for a while. Probably goes 2 or 3 hours go by of you guys chatting and such as the night gets later. At this point, a few of you are probably feeling fairly tired. The friar and the two knights, you can tell, are very, very on edge and agitated. They are not sleepy at all.
You guys want to take the watches, since you're not sleepy?
I don't think I'll sleep a wink tonight, so we can definitely take watch for you guys. If you guys feel safe with 3 strangers you just met taking watch for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Are you not grateful?
They say they're very grateful.
All right, maybe paired watches.
I trust the knights. They're converted. And the friar is okay too. At least Shul is lawful.
All right. then they will take the first watch. And anybody going to stay awake with them?
I will.
I'll stay.
I'll have my,
I'm just a little suspicious about you asking, and so yeah.
No, it's just because I want to know who's going to roll the 2d6. It's either going to be them or
Oh,
it's
okay.
whoever stays awake with them.
Sure, I'll roll.
Okay,
Good. Don't wait.
I'll take a morning watch, like first light.
you got it.
That question about that money you guys found, was that divided, or
That's a good question.
you
Yeah,
guys pocketed
Hondo
it?
pocketed it because I didn't get to it. So.
Yeah, Hundo was the one that found the
Didn't get
sack,
any
so
of
that
it.
had the diamond and the coin in it.
I
Yeah,
just
we'll split
smelled
that
it.
up. 300 gold piece, diamond, and a bunch of gold.
Yeah, so I'll put it back in the chat right now if you guys want to divide that up. So it was 75 gold, 200 silver, and 100 copper pieces.
How many are there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, all divisible by 5. So that's 15 gold each. I'll give the diamond to the priest, or he's getting back on track with God.
All right, so Pete, you can add a 300 gold piece diamond to your inventory.
Nice.
Wow, thank you. May Dainthar's light shine upon you.
Or like, may
It's
the
40
heat
silver
from
each as well.
Dianthar's forge warm your night.
Yeah, it's like the light of Denthar. It's like he's an earth god. What light?
The light is his forge.
The forge light, yeah, that's a good one.
40 silver and 20 copper each as well.
Okay, so the 2d6, 7. So this night, very, very quiet. The light drone of insects out in the forest is all that catches your attention throughout the first half of the night. So as you guys get towards morning, someone wakes up and takes the second watch. So who was that going to be?
I'll take a morning watch.
Okay, go ahead and roll me the 2d6.
Go.
All right.
4.
Morning, even quieter. The crickets and things seem to drone out a little bit, and all you hear for the morning is the light breeze blowing through the trees. And today's weather. It's quiet. No wind. The wind kind of dies out, so there's that little bit of a light breeze, not even enough to give you a wind chill. And today you wake up is quite comfortable out. Again, as it's nearing the fall, it's got a little bit of a briskness to it, but with your guys' cloaks and things like that, you're quite warm. So as the morning rises, you guys wake up on the dawn of a new day. The fire has gone out, and you guys are able to start making your way back to town. So,
Nice.
making your way out of the forest back to the main road, we'll take a couple checks again. So your first half a day's travel, who is leading you guys out of the forest?
I will.
This is intelligence, right?
Oh, and for the night's rest, you guys get 1 HP back.
2 dice 6.
All right, so if everyone's got their 1 HP back, we'll go ahead and Levi, you leading everybody out?
if they want me to.
I will eat them out. I haven't rolled yet.
Use
Okay.
rolls and try.
So intelligence check to lead it out first.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you guys end up losing a couple hours, heading a little bit off track. So with that, go ahead and roll the 2d6.
Then I'd say, like, why are you going this way?
With a 9, you guys, again, here it looks like, off in the distance somewhere, a couple creatures fighting of some sort. Could be like the roar of a bear fighting something, maybe trying to take down its meal, but nothing of any danger in the immediate area. So to get back on track, let's have another intelligence check by the person leading the way.
Maybe I shouldn't be leading
Seemingly
us.
getting further off track. Go ahead and roll me 2 more d6.
This is just classic intelligence checks, to be honest.
Right? Just struggling today. Struggling today. All right.
Nobody else could do better.
This time it's very quiet though as you go into this area. You find like what looks like maybe a small little creek leading to a small little pond here naturally. Definitely something you haven't seen, so you definitely know that you are off track. So who's gonna lead going forward?
I'm not. I'm done leading.
You guys have
Alright,
used
I'll
up
do
about half the day so far.
I'll try it,
Intelligence?
yeah.
Yep, intelligence check for the next check.
Nice.
Here we go.
All right, Levi's got him back on track. That high of a roll, you almost make up for the time you had lost. You kind of headed off, you know, in a little bit of a different direction, but you're able to get him back on track pretty well. And you guys start to recognize some of the area that you're at. You know, a certain tree that was twisted a specific way, some stones, boulders that you saw that you recognize, and you feel that you are back on track. So you guys are probably another half a day or so away from the road as the night comes on. So you guys make camp once more.
Set up watches.
Yep. At this point, you can tell the knight and the friars, they're looking a little bit tired, so you can anticipate that they'll probably want to sleep for the night.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll me 2d6. Alright, another quiet night. The hoot of an owl off in the distance, and that is about all that you hear. Your watch goes by nice and calm, and who's waking up to take second watch?
I'll take the second one.
Okay,
Yeah, we can do it
2d6.
together. Go for it. Nice.
Alright, nice and easy. You guys go through the rest of the night. All is quiet, and you wake up in the morning refreshed. 1 more HP of healing.
And I'm definitely chatting up these knights in particular, but also the friar, just about, you know, when you get back there, I mean, things are going to be changed and so forth. You guys are probably going to be looking around for employment opportunities, and hanging out with us might be a really excellent employment opportunity. We could really use a couple nights, especially, and an extra friar wouldn't go wrong at all. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
We'd pay you well, if that's a concern.
Hey, we make a lot of money, and we're fairly confident.
All right. With that, Pete, or who was the one chatting him up the most?
Well, Hundo is, although he's not Mr. Personality, but yeah.
That's fine. Hundo, go ahead and roll me a personality check to see how well your talk is going with him.
Could he get a +1 for me helping him and saying like, we'll pay you
Absolutely.
well?
We'll add 1 more to that. Don't
Oh
need it.
yeah,
Need
well
it.
done.
Well, we've lost a few years. Some coin is probably going to be necessary. We have no idea what we're walking back into. So, I mean, definitely we'd be interested. We may need a little time to get our affairs back in order, but it's definitely, if the opportunity is there to make some coin, we'd be interested.
Well, yeah, we've been successful recently.
The friar himself sees, I need to get back with my flock and see what needs to be, but if you are needed, and I feel that we have a debt to you, it is definitely something that if you come calling, we will be there. So it seems like all 3 of them are interested in at least 2 of them are interested in the coin, and the third one feels like he has a life debt to repay to you and is there for assistance. Oh yeah, and he wanted to do some healing, so he can do a couple of healing per day, the friar there. So let me go ahead and double check what that healing is.
During this trip, too, we should also fill him in on the earthquake situation.
Oh yeah.
We need to get into one more fight for Pin.
Yeah, so he can train
We
for
should go
more.
hunting.
All right,
hunt down
so
some
for the healing, let's see, who is the most wounded? It looks like you can definitely tell that Levi is the most wounded. So he can do 2 heals per day. So for the first day, he does a little bit of healing for you. That's going to be 4 points of healing and 6 total points of healing.
Back up at full.
Back up at full. Okay.
Already, these guys are useful.
Second day, he does a little healing for Pete. That is 1 and 5. So 5 total healing is what Pete gets. And that'll be both days of his healing there.
And Pete, since you had a hard time, and you got lots of disapproval, I've got these 2 gems in my inventory and a small gem. I don't really know what they're worth.
The 2 gems were 100. That was your payment for finding the supplies and bringing them back, or taking them back up to Elm's Reach.
Yep. So I'll give the 2 gems and the small gem. The small gem's worth 25 gold. So that's 2. Is that together they're 100? Or
Yeah, the 2 gems are each worth 100. So I think.
So it's 225.
Yeah. So Pete, you already have 1 gem, so you can, or you already have 1 gem. You can just increase that to 3.
Okay. Nice.
Or just save it for later when you get more
Yep.
disapproval.
Yeah.
And I'll delete them from my inventory.
Yeah, I don't think you were here at the very end of last time, so that's why I gave you your payment. You would have come back and gotten your payment since you were there when it started. A lot of people back in this time, especially old school D&D and stuff, coin is heavy when you get a lot of it, so they would have gems. They would go trade their coin in for gems because they're a lot lighter to carry.
Okay.
So just FYI. All right.
So I didn't get my payment, or
you did. I gave it to you. That was the gems. You got 100 gold gem piece, when you left as a payment ahead of time, and then when you got back, you got the second one.
Okay.
All right. So with that, you guys set back off in the morning. You guys got about a half day's travel. So Levi, you had the more successful one. You're probably leading them out of the woods again. So go ahead and roll another intelligence check. 12. Just enough. It is daytime. You guys recognize this area a bit more, and you weren't that far off, so you guys are able to get back up to the road. As you guys get back up to the road and start making your way along the road, it's going to take you about 3 days worth of travel. As you guys travel about a day, you guys are making camp for the night on the road, or slightly off the road, whichever way you prefer. You guys want to be right on the road or just off the road?
Just off the road.
Okay, just off the road. Yeah. All right. So as you guys are just off the road, you guys make camp for the night.
I'll take much.
Okay. All right. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and skip the roll for this one. Something is gonna happen. So if you're making watch for the night, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Here we go, Pin.
What? Oh, there it is. That took a really long time to. I rolled that a long time ago, but okay.
Took a while to show for you.
Hey, intelligence check?
Yep, intelligence check. As you're making watch, as you are keeping an eye out,
Nice.
you again hear noises off in the distance. What languages do you know? Just common. Okay. You hear like these weird sounds off in the distance of creatures that seem to be almost talking to each other.
I say to the knights, on me, and Barbara, get yourself hid.
Mm-hmm.
All
Which
right.
direction are the sounds coming from? South?
So they seem to be coming from the southeast.
All right.
And the 2 knights move with you. Barbara,
All right,
you're
we're
heading
gonna
off to the southeast, where
slowly-
the noise is coming from.
Slowly, we're going to move slowly south and investigate here.
Okay.
Come on, Knights.
Ho, the south! Who's out
Knights,
there?
Come on.
All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and give me a second just to set myself up here. All right. I'll grab all of you guys, put you into combat tracker.
We're going to get that experience, boy.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll for initiative. Ooh, the knights and the friar rolled well.
Oh.
there, so let me remove him. There you go.
It goes on my turn.
Yep. And Hundo, go ahead and roll me the d20 plus 4.
Yeah, I'm just rolling the d20 because I don't know why. I'm just not in that initiative thing right now. So 18.
18, all right. Okay, with that, we begin combat. The two knights are up. They hear you calling out that there is something going on from the southeast. They will just position themselves as they have not seen what it is yet. The friar will do the same. Set himself up with his comrades that he knows. And Hundo, you are up.
All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything, right? And they're not talking back to me or anything?
Yeah, you're not seeing it yet. You just hear some sounds like something talking off in the southeast there.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to kind of marchly bold out of the woods here and say, hello there to the south. Who's there?
All right, you call out. On their turn, they will respond. All right, the other knight already moved. So, Pin, we're up to you.
I'm going to just kind of move out here.
I should make sure my stone is going around my head here in case they respond with arrows.
All right. All right, Pin, you move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. If anybody wants to kind of like search, this includes for you, Hundo, if you want to kind of like search, you guys can both make intelligence checks to try to see what's out there.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Oh, good. Finally a good intelligence. Oh,
Oof.
2 good intelligence checks.
Both did well.
Cool.
All right. With that, you guys notice several little green creatures wearing ratty clothes, carrying weapons.
Goblins.
They seem to be kind of hiding in the bushes and the trees.
All right, Pin, here we go. Level 2 is calling.
I know, I don't have another attack though, so I have to wait.
All right, Levi, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move down here with Hundo. And I'm going to attempt to cast Magic Shield.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that one's not casting for some reason. So I just roll a d20
Yep.
plus 2.
Yeah, because you have it back now.
Yeah, it's just for some reason that one's not working when I click it. Oh, never mind.
All
We
right.
lost that.
So with that, Magic Shield goes on. It doesn't go off, and go ahead and with a D1, roll me a D4.
Corruption.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Take that back. Roll a D6. That tells me whether it's misfire or corruption. A 1. And what is your luck modifier?
No modifier.
No modifier?
Maybe.
Okay. So a 1 is corruption. So
-1.
Minus 1?
Yeah.
So that puts you up to 2. So either way, you still get just general corruption. So go ahead and roll me a D8.
Ooh.
An 8. Ooh, greater corruption.
Oh no.
All right. So with a greater corruption,
We've had terrible rolls this session.
Except for
do
my
I have
criticals.
that up
Yeah, except
yet?
for those crits, but
I do not. So I will just look it up this way.
This is King of Elfland, I think.
Corruption's its own table. So greater corruption. Go ahead and roll me a D10. Or sorry, greater corruption's D10, and this will be technically +1. 10.
Jesus.
Your character grows a beak in place of their mouth. Transformation starts as a puckering of the lips that slowly turns into a full-fledged bird or squid beak over the next 1d12 months. You will gain, at the end of this, a bite attack for 1d3 damage. So a
And lose your
d12.
Oh my
comfort.
god.
Oh wait, could I spend luck to avoid the corruption?
You can. No, natural one's a natural one. It wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, natural one's a natural one. So it's going to take you 9 months to grow this beak. So you don't feel the effects yet, but over the next few days, you'll feel as though you're making that duck-faced kind of look, puckering your lips. And then your lips will start to dry really bad. And then as that starts to happen, they start to turn into a hard material as this beak begins to grow. And your character will have a beak in 9 months. Full-fledged beak.
Oh my god.
Which you're going to need to hide because magical corruption indicates that you are a magic user and you have used magic and you have been corrupted by it.
Yep.
All
I see a
right.
question.
no.
Sure.
You're gonna need a helmet, some kind of helmet that hides
Alright.
your face.
The barber, you are up.
Oh boy. If I move here next to Hondo, can I get an arrow shot at these guys, or are they hiding?
They are hiding and they are kind of in the dark. So you can get an arrow shot. He's pointed out kind of where they are. So again, I'll just basically do a -2 on this one as you're firing kind of just blindly into the dark.
Okay. Maybe I'll just wait for them to approach us.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll just hold my action until if they come closer to us.
All right, Pete, you're up.
We have a campfire. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, I'll light my torch in the campfire and then move up as far as I can go. Like kind of near this tree.
Okay. You can get yourself basically positioned behind the tree, giving yourself a little bit of cover.
Yeah. Yeah, there's good.
All right. What was that last really bad one you had for your disapproval table? So cleric immediately incurs a -4 penalty to spell checks to a specific spell, resulting that lasts until the next day. Okay, no, you're clear. Okay. So I think all of your disapproval things that you need to do have been accomplished. So you're back just to your regular disapproval, which a couple days of rest would have gone down a little bit. I think you're down to about 3 on your disapproval at this point.
The one thing that's not gone is I gotta meditate for a full day and beat a will of DC 15 to get rid of my -2 spell check penalty.
That is right. So yeah, you haven't had a chance to meditate for a full day. I think you're probably going to have to be back to town before you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. All right. As this happens, it goes over to the goblins' turns, and they will start releasing arrows. I think they all have. Only a couple of them look to have bows on them. So the ones with bows will go ahead and attack with their short bows. Alright, so we are going to have several short bow attacks. These are going to be lit at the guys that they can see. As the torch comes forward, they can see everybody a little bit better. And they start releasing arrows.
Bring it, goblins. We've killed a basilisk.
Actually, you're all going
Famous
to...
last words as we
So
get
as the arrows
crit.
get loose, the first one is going to be against Levi. There's an 18 for 1 point of damage. The second one versus the barber.
Miss.
5 is going to be miss. You duck out of the way. The third one versus Pin. That is an 11, which I believe is a miss as well.
Yep.
All right. And with that, as the light comes forward, you see several more of them come charging forward at the party. First two going to pound on Levi, so these will be 2 club attacks versus Levi. That is a miss. And a miss as they wildly come running forward, chittering as they come running forward, making strange noises. And the next couple will go charging forward. going towards the single target that seems to be by himself over here. You see 4 of them go charging towards Pin.
God.
Let's see. These are d20s -1, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll 3 more d20s.
Knights will back you up, though.
Make it faster. So I think only one of those hits. The 18 will hit, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be a d4 of damage. We get only 1 point of damage. All 4 of them strike at you. You're able to block away several of them as they almost get into each other's way, but one of them does land a hit across your leg. All right. With that, then, we are up to the knight. The knight, seeing this, is going to charge forward to help Pin by himself over there. And the knight, let me pop his sheet out, make it easy. Right, he is going to attack with his longsword. That is a 14. That is definitely going to hit for 5 points of damage, and he downs one of these guys.
Nice. Definitely want to keep these guys.
All right, the friar, seeing everyone's fairly healed, he is going to step forward, and he has a harmful spell that he can do.
Oh, sweet.
So this is a harmful spell. See below. Make sure I do that right. He's trying to cast a harmful spell 3 times a day, similar to an acolyte, each of which causes 1d8 plus 2 damage at a range of 100. It's a will save for half damage. So will save for the goblin, and the goblin makes a will save. Well, he rolls a natural 20, so he saves. But let's see, what kind of damage is that going to do? He'll take 1 or 2 points of damage. So 2 points of damage to that goblin as you see this like bolt of electricity kind of shoot out of his hands. Almost looks like moonlight as it hits this goblin. Oops, he was only supposed to take half that damage. Alright. With that, the friar is done, and we're up to Hundo. Hundo, you're up.
Is he muted?
Alrighty, let's see. I guess. Well, they're in range now, right? They're in melee range.
Yep, you can step forward to the goblin. Yep.
All right. Give him the old longsword.
All right, a 22 with a 4, and you lob off this goblin's head. One more dead goblin. All right, good strike. Moving at all or staying where you're at?
I'm moving. There's more back in. Are there more back in the woods? No, I guess I'm going to go off to the left there and try to lend a hand over there.
Yeah, you're not sure if there's more off in the woods currently, as it's outside the range of the light. All right, so you head off to go help Pin. All right. The second knight will charge forward with its ally and attempt to strike at another one of these goblins. All right, so the knight going ahead and attacking is going to be another longsword attack versus the goblin. Woof, a good roll. 5 points of damage, and he downs another one of these goblins. Goblin blood going everywhere, and you hear the screaming of these goblins as they're going down and they're seeing their allies die. Pin, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna go after this nearest guy with my short sword, followed up with a shield bash, and
With a 13. A 13 is enough, and you smash this creature in the face with your short sword, slashing right through its makeshift leather helmet, and this creature too collapses to the ground dead.
all right. Can I bash the other guy then?
You absolutely can. a 15. You bash this guy, and go ahead and I think it's a D4 for damage on that guy. Smashing him right in the face. He stumbles backwards. He was already wounded, and he collapses to the ground dead as well.
So,
All right. Got one last one standing there in front of you, Levi, as your turn comes up.
For some reason, I let out a little bit of a squawk, and then I attack.
Caw, caw.
All right. A 7 is going to be a miss. As you go to strike at this one, he sees his allies dying. He looks like he's about to turn tail. He blocks away your attack and looks like he's getting ready to run.
I'm gonna have the familiar attack too.
All right.
Do crickets look any more delicious once you have a bird beak, I wonder?
An 11 is just enough. As it turns to run, it does not see the cricket, and the cricket gets his attack in there, doing 3 points of damage, knocking this one down, and he too falls to the ground, no longer moving. All right.
there you go, Pin.
Barber, you are up.
Is there still any still alive?
Give me an intelligence check to kind of search the area to see if you see anything else. You don't see any other movement out in the woods.
I'll just ready my action in case something comes into view.
Okay. Pete, you're up.
I'm just gonna move down closer here to the rest.
All right. As you move down
Add
closer
some-
there
add
a
some
little
light.
bit, you do see some light gleaming off of the eyes of another creature down here. So on
It's gonna
his...
yell and say, "There's one more," and then I'm not gonna do anything.
All right. On his turn...
So could I rush it then, since I was holding my action?
You can. So, okay, just a minute. It looks like one is going to succeed and the other's going to fail. So one of them goes screaming off into the woods. There was 2 of them. This one seems to stand its ground and wants to attack. So you can move towards it if you'd like.
Okay. I can't. Can you move me? I can't move my.
Oh, yeah, not on your turn now. Yeah. Here, let me go back up to you really quick. There you go.
Okay. Zoop. All right, let's get him. Huzzah!
Plenty. You go charging at it. He's trying to ready another arrow. He wants to take you down, but as he releases his arrow, you dodge out of the way and bring your knife up straight into his chin, and he goes down, limp in your
And
hand.
I just start humming a little tune that I'm hearing in the back of my head as it dies.
And the last goblin seems to have turned tail and fled. And you guys are out of combat. Go ahead and give yourselves another 2 points of experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll clear the bloody mess from the battlefield. All the goblins are now dead. Amongst their belongings, you find, their makeshift cheap weapons. You find their tatty hides that they made their kind of clothing and armor out of. And you find little sacks on each of them. The sacks contain miscellaneous toenails and teeth and even a few ears of different creatures.
No gold.
No gold on them.
Boo.
Anything rare from the ears?
No, it looks like even a couple human ears possibly, some wolf ears, rabbit ears, things of that nature.
Probably fetishes.
Back from town, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, you guys make rest for the rest of the night. The rest of the night seems to go by quietly, so as you wake in the morning, you guys are making travel back on the road. At this point, you're starting to get to within range of farms and things of that nature. So you guys are able to travel the next couple days without any issues, making your way back to Ravenswood. So with that, we will open that map back up. You guys have found your way back to Ravenswood.
Rushed it.
Alright, with that, I just need to go back in and double check payment for the holy water here. As you get back into town, too, the two knights and the friar thank you for rescuing them and escorting them back to town. They seem quite eager to leave and go see. I need to go find my family. I need to go check in, make sure everyone is okay. And all three of them thank you, and then just immediately book off towards different parts of town where their family and the temple and things are. So they are gone for the meantime, but they all tell you kind of like where you can find them. So you'll easily be able to track them back down later on. As far as payment for the holy water, basically 10 gold pieces per flask of the holy water. So you guys probably, you gave a couple of flasks away. So I would say from the flasks that you have left, you gain about 60 gold pieces from the flasks. Then you have the cask. So the cask, holds probably roughly a gallon, maybe. And so with that, it's probably worth about 20 flasks worth. So that's another 200 gold pieces there.
Is that each or just split amongst us?
That's total, so you guys can split that because it's payment per flask of holy water. So 260 gold pieces. So that's 52 each.
You guys take the. I'm not going to take the cash. So you guys, your portions can be bigger.
I'm okay with just my portion. Whatever's left over can go to the church.
Okay, so 52 gold pieces to the church. Yeah, that's what you could do with your portion there, Pete. You hand it over to the church.
Is there a pretty solid, reliable blacksmith in town?
Oh,
that
absolutely.
can do some work on weapons.
Absolutely.
Can he improve a weapon?
I could say they can spend some time, and you can spend probably to improve one. Sharpen it up a little bit. Make it more balanced. You're probably looking at. Let's see how much
damage, like a +1 to damage.
We could definitely work on that. Again, making it sharper, giving you that +1 to damage.
Yeah.
Which weapon are you using?
My short sword.
Short sword? Okay.
Of undeath.
A short sword generally costs 7 gold. So to improve it, you'd probably be looking about 5 gold pieces. They can work on it, and then I'll just roll for him. He's a fairly good blacksmith, so if you're willing to pay the 5 gold pieces, he can attempt to improve it for you.
I'll pay him 10 gold pieces if it makes the job better.
Not going to improve anything else. You can pay him the 10, but you can use that to make it look prettier.
Well, or he can do it does it take time for him to do that? Do I have to surrender the weapon for a long time or anything like that?
Yeah, you'd probably surrender the weapon for about a week or so while he works on it. I mean, he's got other things he's working on too, so he's not going to stop what he's doing just to work on yours. So basically, I'm going to roll a d20.
10 gold to do it faster.
Okay, it's going to be a d20, and he's going to have a +4 on this, but he needs an 18 to actually give you the benefit, the improvement, just like when you guys do your trainings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 10 gold pieces. He will spend a little bit more time on yours. He pushed a couple other people back, so you can get back a little bit quicker. And we'll
give it some extra TLC.
Right, and we will roll that.
Yeah.
Just enough. So go ahead, and that will be +1 additional on your short sword. So
Love
if
it.
I go to your equipment, your short sword of
I just added it.
You did? Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right. Anything else anyone's doing as you guys get back to town?
Well, somebody's going up a level, right?
Yeah, I'm leveling up, but I don't know if we have time to do that now, so we can do that next session or whatever.
Oh, if you want to, we can knock it out really quick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll level up.
Okay, so for the dwarf, as you level up to level 2, your D die goes up to a D4 now. Your crit die becomes a D12. You stay on table 3. The dwarf rolls a d10, I believe, for his hit points. Double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Yep, so go ahead and roll me a d10, and this will be +1. So just roll the d10, and we'll add an additional 1 to that. All right, thanks, Levi. You have a good one. We appreciate you joining. I'm looking forward to that
Bye,
peek in
Levi.
the future.
Yeah. I
All
wonder if
right.
he will be able to talk after that.
Maybe we'll have a little bit of squeakiness to it when he talks. All right,
Yeah.
so you got 8 additional hit points, so good for you. So back up to
Nice.
16. This will make a couple months go by as you do your training and everyone else heals and goes about their business for the couple months. What else changes here for you? Looks like your reflex, fort, and will all stay the same. So it looks like those are the only things that go up for us. Let me see. Yeah, the D die works off of, or your shield bash works off the same D die, so nothing changes there. All right. And then again, for your special training, and I think we needed a special training for the barber as well. You guys spend your couple months with your person training you. So we'll finish pin here really quick. For the dwarf, I had some specialties that you could possibly train in. So once per day, shake off 1 D die of damage. This increases eventually in the future. You can do it like once per fight to get that D die. So you can train in that. You can train in your shield bash to increase the shield bash die to a D16. You can work on modifying your shield with spikes or sharp edges to add damage. You can train to modify the shield to receive 1 D die of protection against area effect attacks. Or you can train in smithing in order to repair weapons and things out in the field.
Ooh,
Uh,
those are a lot of good options there.
I'm gonna do the area of attack.
Okay, so using your shield to be able to gain benefits and area attack effects. All
Yeah,
right.
Nice.
So with that, what we're going to roll there then is, what do you think? Reflex kind of save on that one would be your check for that, because you're trying to, usually you have reflex saves against area effects. So getting your shield up and protecting yourself. So as the person training you, what they do is they get like, basically they have a thing that'll launch stones at you, and you have to be able to reflex in time to get your shield up to block those stones as they get launched at you. So with that, go ahead and make me a reflex save, and you need to beat an 18. You get it. All right. Perfect. So going forward, whenever you have a reflex save, you're going to be able to add a D die to that protection. So I will go into your notes and add that to special training.
Nice.
Very cool.
So basically what that will do is it will reduce the damage by that D die. Okay, so success or failure, you'll reduce the damage by that D die. All right. So Pin, that is what you spend your couple months training on, and you feel quite confident. So we're just back up to the barber then. So when you spent your 2 months of training, for thieves, I have in here you can train in reflexes to gain 1d3 to reflex saves against traps, ranged attacks, and area effect type things. That's once per day. You can train in any one of your skills to gain an additional +1. Once per day, disengage melee combat without allowing an opportunity attack. Or train in poisons. Identify poisonous, venomous creatures and plants, and once per day, apply a poison to your weapon, which you kind of already have.
I think I'll practice my backstab.
Practice your backstab?
Yeah,
Okay.
+1 of my backstab.
All right. So the backstab already has a really high bonus to it, the +5. So with that one, go ahead and you're just doing a regular attack. So use your regular weapon to do a regular attack to train to improve in this one.
Okay.
And you need 18 or better.
Can I put some luck into that?
No, for this one it's straight rolls. No additional. So you spend your couple months training, and you were training in your backstab, but you weren't able to gain any additional benefit to it or improvement.
Okay, so it failed.
Yep. All right. All right. So the couple months go by. Anything anyone else is doing in these couple months?
Just
Maybe-
if I get heavier armor, is that gonna slow me down even more?
Yeah. Heavier armor comes with heavier penalties.
Okay. Maybe I'll shop around and see if I can get. Well, no, my short sword's +1 already. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
Can I go back to the blacksmith and get +1 damage on my razor?
Blacksmith probably wouldn't have much they can do with a razor. I think a razor is about as good as it's going to get.
I could switch to a dagger.
You could attempt the dagger. So again, it'd be at least 5 gold pieces for him to try to focus and work on that to improve it, make it a bit sharper.
Sure. And I'll purchase a dagger.
Or maybe not even sharper. He makes like the back edge more kind of like rigid, like so it tears the flesh more.
Yeah, because getting a 1 on a backstab is just soul crushing.
The barber, is he already a member of the Thieves Guild?
I don't know, Barbara.
I'm getting trained by somebody.
Yeah, he's being trained by, I think, fairly mischievous individual.
Cambalio.
Yeah,
in
who
the
was
back
somebody
part
you
of
met,
town.
yeah, from the down in the shadier parts of town.
Well, I'm just thinking as we're starting to get a group of like second level people together, maybe we should have our own little establishment, House of the Barber's Men or something like that. That where we can start hiring mercenaries and maybe people can start coming to us with missions. But I don't want to cross paths with any existing thieves guilds. If it works better to work that into an existing guild, maybe we can do that.
Okay, so the barber, you're just gonna during that time you go and pay the blacksmith to try to improve your dagger.
Yep.
Okay, so rolling for that blacksmithing check. Again, 18 or above. This one, you can't seem to make it any better than it currently is. He hands it back to you, and it's nice and sharp and ready to be used. It's nice and fresh, but wasn't able to improve it in any way for you.
Sad face. I throw the dagger away.
All right. With that, I'll probably go ahead and call it here. I will put in the chat, on Discord, any kind of activities and things that are going on in town, and you guys can kind of, over the next couple weeks, try to pick and choose what you think you'd want to do next. That way I can prepare the next session, and we'll go from there. So, good session, guys.
I probably will look into the Thieves Guild at the downtime.
Right, question?
Thank you so much, Shadow.
Hey, thank you guys.
That scene that we saw, you described it like last session, I believe.
Yep.
Was that something that our characters know, or was that just for the players?
That's just for the players. So that's something going on in the background.
Okay.
Yep. So it's kind of let you guys know that there's something going on in the world. So kind of what it does is it connects like the earthquake, and then you had the vision of the stone itself open, and not much going on in there, and then it's been a couple months or so since then, and it's changed a little bit where now there's these slugs in that cave that seem to be latching on to creatures within the cave. All right, any other questions?
Cool. That was good. That was a fun session.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Next session's already posted, so you can sign up, and we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Thank you for watching this episode of Stories from Valtara. If you are interested in playing DCC but don't know where to start, check out the Dungeon Crawlers Discord link below, where countless open games are posted, both online and in person. And if you are enjoying the series, don't forget to like and subscribe. We will see you next time.